Greetings, dreamers. Welcome to this very special episode of the Nutritious Podcast. As always, I am your host, Jay, and joining me are my two friends, Brian and Tony. How you doing tonight, fellas?
Busy at work, making sure things are done for the podcast. But other than that, I am philosophical and satisfied.
I'm just okay.
All right. Well, I'm sure future Brian put some kind of disclaimer at the top. We are going to be covering a somewhat controversial topic this week, but we are going to try to treat it with as much grace as possible. We are going to be covering Sandman Season 2. Now, of course, we can't address the topic itself without first saying that, we do not condone nor support any of Neil Gaiman's past actions or current actions, for that matter. But we do feel as though, like, since we covered the first season and, loved it so much that we owed it to the people who put so much, blood, sweat, and tears into this product that we might as well finish it out, especially since it is the final season.
Also, the people have gone on record to say that, unlike Season 1, Gaiman had little to nothing to do with this season, and this was even before all the stuff came out.
Now, we are not, we're not that kind of podcast. We are messy people, but we're not. We're going to focus on the topic itself. We're not going to bring up the allegations or any of that stuff. There are plenty of other videos out there if you want to dive into that matter, and see what that's about. We're not really going to mention it all that much outside of this little portion at the top, but it would feel weird not to at least pay it some lip service before we got started.
Which, that was a whole thing, is, I think it was with our Dead Boy Detectives that all the stuff came out.
Yeah, it was
after we recorded.
Yep, I do remember because you had to add that disclaimer last minute.
Yeah, because it was like, shit, we already recorded it.
And we already edited it. Like it already went through the whole process. We can't not put it out. Yeah, which I mean sucks that's not gonna ever get another season, because that was also a very good show. But yeah, so we will be covering Sandman. We are going to be, as objective as possible. Although this isn't going to be a traditional review, I'm going to kind of do this a little bit like semi-video essay style and more kind of talk about this in a metaphorical sense than a actual like cover review plot points. We'll get to it when we get to don't worry, you'll find out soon. But as always, we start off the podcast the way we always do, by jumping right into the news with Brian. Take it away, Brian.
All right, so as we are recording this, it is the week after Comic-Con. So typically slower news week, so we're actually going to cover a portion of the internet that we like but never really talk about in news, sometimes in screen time, and we have talked about it a couple times, or at least once in main show topic. But Critical Role, there was some big news that hit today.
Campaign 4 was announced?
Yep. Because the thing is Critical Role has been doing their campaigns, but right as they ended Campaign 3, it was right before their 10-year anniversary. So they've done a lot of minis, a couple that I've talked about here, and a shit ton of live shows. They went to Australia and have done tons of stuff for live shows. Some of it good, some of it questionable. But that's how it is when you do live stuff. But everyone kept talking about when's Campaign 4 going to come out? When's Campaign 4 going to come out? Well, we finally have an official date. It is October 2nd. But there is a twist, because without going into spoilers, Campaign 3 kind of, if you've been listening to tangentially like Jay, you can probably tell that.
Yeah, it was it was like an end game, so this was kind of a reset of the universe kind of thing.
Yeah, this is going to be set many years later. It is going to be the same universe, but new vibe. From what we know so far, it is probably going to be the same universe, but it's going to be new vibe, new feel, new fresh start. The way that Campaign 3 ended, the setting has changed massively. That's all I'll say there. But in order to celebrate and represent the newness and the freshness, For the first time in Critical Role history, the main campaign will not be GM'd by Matthew Mercer.
Oh shit.
Instead, Campaign 4 will be GM'd by none other than Brennan Lee Mulligan.
That dude
wow.
is always busy.
Oh yeah, he is. Cause for those that were worried that he might stop his Dropout, he just signed a 3-year deal for Dropout, and he said that he's dedicated to both.
Nice.
But it is of note. It is like not completely unprecedented, because anytime that they've wanted to tell like flashback stories of way back in the day, before like the calamity happened or during the calamity, they've brought in Brennan to DM those mini arcs. And so not completely unprecedented for him to
Oh yeah. I've heard he's DM'd all of the side stuff.
dude, Calamity.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of their best like things ever, and Brennan GM'd it. It was like 4 parts. It was great, and
in the past, oof.
yeah, and it featured Sam Riegel playing a bard sorcerer multi-class who was also a changeling,
Interesting.
and it was set in like this futuristic. Because it was set in the past, but also the way that the past looked like before the calamity was very like futuristic.
Very high tech. Yeah, now I get what you're saying.
And he was basically kind of playing like a fantasy version of Caesar from Hunger Games.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But that mini like got me to cry.
Nice.
Like no, like legit. So Britt, and it scared the shit out of me at one point. I think Tony knows the point that I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm excited for it. It's something new, fresh. They have revealed that that they are going to keep the same like release schedule where they record it on Thursday, but then it goes out on YouTube and all that on Mondays. But now Beacon members, which are it's their exclusive streaming site, they'll get it before everybody else, and they'll get like the after shows and all that like they've been doing for campaign 3. And the only like bigger change is for the audio podcast listeners. They're splitting it up into 2 parts so that it's not like you've got like a 4-hour podcast to listen to.
Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I prefer a lengthy podcast, at least when I'm like listening at work.
Yeah, but podcasts usually go for about 2 hours. So, well, the podcast that I listen to, minus one that I'll talk about actually in the screen time, which, speaking of...
Podcasts usually go for 2 hours, says the man who is on a podcast. They usually go for at least 2.5. That's why I'm laughing so hard.
Like,
yeah, I get you.
They collectively yap more than Brian will ever experience in his lifetime.
Don't trust me. Get me on like one of my hyperfixations. Like that Critical Role thing could have gone a lot faster. Just
I know.
I kept sidetracking.
But yeah, so screen time. Screen time is the segment of the podcast where the guys and I all talk about the various pieces of media we have consumed in between podcast episodes. As for me, it's not too much. I haven't been doing much besides like watching Sandman. I've been mostly preparing for vacation. Went to a tailor. I know. What have I played some Rivals. I grinded and I finally have the symbiote storm skin. So that's nice. I think it's cool. Although I am a little sad that it does not have the double voice effect that Squirrel Girls one does.
It is lame.
Because, like, I feel like if you've got the symbiote costume, you should have the layered voice thing. Because that's just, you know, you're two entities, right? But it's whatever. It still looks cool. If people are curious, I did end up buying the Sue Storm Fantastic Four skin, like I said I would. I haven't decided if I want to buy the Reed one yet, because I do play Reed a lot, so I can justify it, because I do play a lot of Reed, but I haven't decided if I want to yet. But I have unlocked the little Herbie plushie, so I have a little Herbie thing attached to my hip.
Nice.
So that's cute. I went and saw Fantastic Four again. But it was because, so I told Tony this story. I don't think Brian has heard it. But so my little brother is a nurse, and he saw Fantastic Four right after his shift, so he was mad tired, and he fell asleep during parts of it when he saw it the first time. He literally told me, he goes, "Yeah, so I fell asleep like right as Reed was like showing Johnny the suits, and I woke up and she was giving birth to a baby in space." And I was like, "Oh damn, you missed a lot of good stuff." He goes, "I know, I missed the first appearance of Galactus, and I'm pissed." And I was like, "Well, you want to go see it again?" He's like, "What, you see it again?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'd see it again." So I saw it again. I intend to see it at least 2 more times to commit to the bit.
And I believe him. He's really going to commit to that bit. Yeah. And probably should mention this because it's going to be down the pipeline. You'll be seeing Jay and myself.
Oh yeah, on our friend David's channel, we did record a bit. We did some content for our friend David, friend of the show, King David. Because I had been pushing Epic the Musical on David for like months now. He's like, all right, cool, we'll react to it. And so me and Tony sat down last Wednesday as of the recording of this podcast, and we watched it with David. It was fun. Mm-hmm. I never get tired of Epic the Musical. I never do.
You can never get tired of it. And also, it's funny explaining Greek stuff to David.
Yep. and also it was also just funny watching him like predict stuff and just being quiet. Like when the character we all refer to as Brian shows up, Polites. You know him, Brian. You know the guy.
Yeah.
You know the you character. As soon as he showed up, David's like, "Oh, this motherfucker's gonna die. He's too happy to be here. He's gonna die."
Yeah, because life is amazing.
Yep. When you greet it with open arms. Yep. He was like, he's gonna die here. And he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't expect that." Oh man. Well, there he goes. So just and like him calling out some other stuff too, and then us also explaining like the differences between like the musical timeline and the main timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how Odysseus just be fucking.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Again, never get tired of Epic the Musical. Anytime anybody wants me to watch it with them, I will gladly do so. I mean, I still listen to that soundtrack. More in particular, I listen to like a handful of songs like that are like constantly in my rotation. Dangerous is in my rotation. I would say Magic, or was it Taste? The other Hermes song that comes on right after Puppeteer. I don't remember what the actual title of that song was called, but you know the one. The Wouldn't You Like a Taste of the Power? That one. Fucking Puppeteer is also in my rotation. God Game, 100% God Game. Love God Game. And Warrior of the Mind. I also might throw on Legendary every now and then too. Legendary is also a fun one.
For mine, it's Ruthlessness, Keep Your Friends Close.
Oh, that's a very underrated one. And
of course, Dangerous.
Yeah.
And then the song before Odysseus goes to see Aeolus.
Oh, yep. That's
Yep.
the what you call it? You know what song
right here.
Oh, real quick. You want to know what song? You know what song from that musical is on my like workout playlist?
What?
Get in the Water.
Oh.
It's a pretty fucking intense song. It works.
Surprised not Little Wolf.
Little Wolf is good, but I don't know. Get in the Water has just an intensity to it.
Yeah. The ones that I have downloaded that are part of my rotation are Little Wolf.
Little Wolf's a good one.
Wouldn't You Like, The Challenge.
That's what it's called. Wouldn't You Like? Thank you.
Legendary, Dangerous, and Done For.
Nice. Done For's a good one. I also want to shout out like which one? What's the second Calypso song? The I'm Not Sorry for Loving You. That one's a really good song. That one's a really good song.
But it's one of those songs where it's like
you don't want to listen to it too. You can't listen to it outside of sequence of the musical. It feels weird listening to it outside of sequence. Yeah.
Because also it's one of those songs that you listen to when you want to be sad.
Yeah, definitely.
So you don't have it on like rotation.
Unless you have a dedicated sad playlist like me. I do have a dedicated sad playlist.
Oh, I just started one.
Wow, you only just started one? I feel like all three of us are the type of people to have a dedicated sad playlist.
To be fair, a lot of my favorite songs are more slow and sad.
Yeah. That's my thing.
You want to know what my playlist is called?
What?
It's a good day for rain.
You know what? Yeah.
Mine is just called In
And,
My
and,
Feels.
and it also has a picture of Colonel Mustang. If you get the reference, you get the reference.
Damn, you like that, huh, Jay?
It really do. It really do.
Mine is just called In My Feels.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's my playlist.
The other thing that I want to highlight. I mean, the full episode is out if you want to hear my full thoughts on it. For Comic Chaser. But the book I want to really highlight in particular in this episode is because it's the start of a brand new era. I read Godzilla #1 by Tim Seeley, author of Revival. The other artist is Nicola. I will not be able to pronounce this because it's Russian, so I'm not going to try. But Nicola, insert last name here. And it's awesome. It is the beginning of IDW's Kaisei era. So why it's called the Kaisei era, because it focuses on a world where kaiju exist, and kaiju in particular release a particular type of energy called Kaisei, or strange beast energy. And so we mainly follow a new squad of these, basically an American kaiju task force called G-Force, which is a thing within the Toho universe. G-Force does exist, and you know we have a bunch of different people, but my favorite character within this squad is not the main character, which I'll talk about in a second. But my favorite character within this squad is none other than Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
Jet Jaguar is an android on loan to America from G-Force Japan. And you wanna know what the best part about Jet Jaguar is? Jet Jaguar can only speak in his cheesy 90s theme song. So he only talks through, like, you know, singing a like cheesy 90s tokusatsu theme. Like he'll just be like, Jet Jaguar dance.
That was more of a Showa era thing, so it's like that was definitely akin to the 70s.
Yeah,
and...
well, they specifically say 90s, so it's specifically called out as his 90s theme song.
But okay, so here's the crazy thing. Something akin to that is very Showa era in its presentation, but if it's going to go with the 90s era, that's more Heisei era.
Oh yeah. See, the reason why I think they're referring to it as the 90s is because, again, this is more towards an American audience, and when you think 90s, you think Power Rangers.
Yeah, and I think that's a great like comparison to go for. But
no, I understand what you mean, like actual chronologically. The interesting thing about the main character, so the cool thing about this particular Godzilla series, it's essentially Kaiju #8 or Attack on Titan, but not entirely. So the reason I say that is because our main character, he was basically in an area during a Godzilla attack, and Godzilla unleashed his atomic breath, and he pushed his bully out of the way and took the brunt of the blast and survived. He absorbed the energy and then was able to use that energy to punch Godzilla. It's not full-on Attack on Titan Kaiju #8 where he can turn into a kaiju, but he can essentially wield kaiju energy to punch people.
Wow.
He can utilize the energy created by like Godzilla's atomic breath and shit to, like, you know, punch people and fly around and shit. He was able to solo the entire squad by himself just using his powers. Like
he basically became Godzilla's powered Superman.
Yeah. And
that is hilarious.
And then they introduced and at the very end they introduced what I assume is going to be the big bad. This kaiju known as the Lament. But the Lament can fucking speak. It can talk, not just telepathically, but it actually has the capability for full-on speech, which is wild.
Yeah, kaiju speaking isn't.
It's not. I know it's not unprecedented, but it's also, I don't know, the way I saw it in my head, it's very unsettling.
Yeah, I mean, when you are used to kaiju basically being nonverbal animals or monsters for a long time, and it's not like connected to a particular era in Godzilla's history, or what you did try in both, originally in Japanese, and then when they brought it West,
I remember seeing them try to have the kaiju talk. Yep.
like it's for me personally, I like the goofier side that the Showa era of Godzilla did.
Oh, but it's definitely not goofy because he's over here like giving like anime villain monologues and shit. Like
come on, monologuing.
Yeah, no, and it's like, and it's not, and again, it's not, and it doesn't feel like it's. The thing I like about it is, like, they could have easily made this into like a grim dark like kind of thing, but this feels like a fucking shonen anime. Like I said, it feels like your Kaiju number 8's Attack on Titan type thing, but like he doesn't full on turn into a kaiju. And he also still stays human sized is the thing. So he's just a regular sized fucking, like young adult, maybe like 18 to 20 something, punching the fuck out of Godzilla.
You know what that kind of reminds me of?
Huh.
Carter Grayson from Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
Where dude straight up punched one of the giant monsters.
Unmorphed. Yeah. No, he's still my favorite. He's still my favorite Red Ranger.
I mean, a lot of the in-suit stuff taking directly from Go-Go 5, but Carter himself is a badass in his own right.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just want to highlight that it seems like Kaisei era is off to a good start. The next book comes out next week, which I will unfortunately be unable to review. It is not the next issue of Godzilla, but it is the next Godzilla connected series. It's called Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone, and this one is a little different. It's about the Dead Zone, which, funny enough, Tony, is actually in your neck of the woods.
Really?
Not Oregon, not Oregon specifically, but it is the Pacific Northwest. So apparently, the epicenter for Godzilla's first big American attack was Seattle. Seattle got fucking wiped off the face of the planet.
It's just Seattle.
He said it's Seattle, not me. But yeah, Seattle.
I like the city of Seattle just fine. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of major cities because I dealt with those shenanigans for far too long, and it just drains me as my spirit.
Well, Seattle spirit is pretty much gone. It's literally, like I said, it's turned into the Dead Zone.
I'm just saying to the folks at home, is like, I don't hate Seattle. I'm not the biggest fan of big cities in general.
You know who does love Seattle? Oliver Queen.
That's because he lived in Seattle for a good chunk.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why he loves Seattle.
Which, by the way, if you didn't know, Scott Snyder hinted at that we might be seeing Absolute Ollie soon.
I would love to see. No. I really want to know what Absolute Green Arrow would be like, especially considering that, like, Batman is the little guy now. Like, obviously not little in size. That man is 6'9" and 420 pounds, but like the little guy as in poor.
And also might not be completely human right now.
No, he's still human.
Just human plus.
He's always been human plus. Batman's always been human plus.
Yeah, but
there's a story reason.
I mean, no, they didn't actually experiment on him. They ran some tests. They didn't get to experiment on him. He broke out before any of that shit could happen. Killer Croc.
I heard someone say that they actually
no, they didn't
experimented on him.
They tried. They tried. They did, but he got out first. They got Croc though. Croc is now a full-on gator man
with teeth down to his armpits.
But Bruce is still just Bruce. I mean, even though his just Bruce again is 6'9" and 420 pounds.
But this Bruce is even more hardcore than ours because he attempted a prison break by using his own stomach acid as the weapon.
Use his stomach acid? He used his teeth as fucking brass knuckles? He fucking used his own shit and piss to create a methane explosive? Like, Absolute Batman is just fucking wild, bro. Fucking wild. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. The Dead Zone series, basically, it's, from what I understand, is like a wandering Ronin type character who travels throughout the Dead Zone, who is like a kaiju, or not a kaiju, but he's what they call a Kaisei mutant. So like the exposure to Kaisei energy has mutated some people, and so he has like kaiju-like features. He's not huge, but he's like, from what I've seen, at least on the cover, he's got like a tail and shit, and he's got like it. And from what I've heard in like interviews, it's supposed to be like very much like first season of The Mandalorian kind of thing, where he's traveling around helping people, doing shit around the Dead Zone. Your wandering outlaw type beat. So I don't know if it's like gonna actually be like a serialized story or just like episodic arc. I'm here for it either way. Sounds pretty cool. Any other stuff that I want to talk about? We talked about I talked about Rivals. Blade has not come out yet as of the recording of this podcast. He will be out next week, so I don't have anything to report there. I'm still excited, even though I'm scared because as somebody who plays healer a lot, I'm afraid of DPS. So I am very terrified. Other Marvel Rivals related side note, I did also unlock the Luna Snow fucking summer outfit. It looks nice.
Nice.
I enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else I want to cover. There's no new music that I listen to that I want to highlight. No. I'm good. All right, Brian, how about you?
All right, mine's not going to be that extensive. I did continue to watch some of the stuff from Sort of Stupid. They're the reactionary guys that like do it in like 4-hour videos. They're continuing to watch Game of Thrones. Mostly I watched their Doctor Who season 2 video.
Like Disney Plus season 2?
No, Martha Jones season 2.
Ah.
Because they had never watched the new Who.
Okay, so
before.
Okay, got you.
So, and you forget, like, they did Martha dirty, but her as a character was awesome.
No, Martha as a character was great. I think that's what made it so dirty, how bad they did her, because Martha was so cool.
Yeah, but it's great to see all that stuff. That was the season that we also got Blink.
Yep, one of the best introductory episodes. That's the episode I show to people when I'm like, all right, you want to try getting into Doctor Who? Watch this.
It's like the best Doctor Who episode, period.
Oh yeah,
and he's barely.
I would say, and it's like the light. It is. I would say the lightest Doctor Light episode.
Yeah, which is totally understandable because before then they had like the whole 2-parter, so. They were busy, so they needed something put out. Mm-hmm. This was the one where we got the intergalactic space traffic jam thing.
Yep.
And also, I hinted about it with the guys before recording, but it's also if you remember, they do the Daleks in Manhattan 2-parter, which not that great in quality considering, but still fun, and also featured a one Mr. Andrew Garfield.
Huh.
Playing a New Yorker.
That is funny.
He's hilarious.
So that was cool.
You know, he's the only one of the 3 Spider-Man that I think actually had like what I felt was a like an actual authentic New York accent. I'm not saying it didn't need to be Ben Grimm thick, but you could hear a New York accent in Andrew Garfield.
Which is really funny because if you go and you watch his Doctor Who one, they're supposed to be in like Depression era New York, and he lays it on.
Oh, so he's got like the Jack Kirby, Ben Grimm, like, hey, I'm walking here.
Well, no, he's got like more of the like stereotypical New Yorker, yeah, mister, I got, you know what I'm talking about, like old timey.
Yeah. So more like the old school like transatlantic kind of thing. Yeah, kind of. And I see what you're saying.
Kind of, but he also changes his accent from time.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, I also started a new anime. Like, I only watched the first episode. I think only the first 3 are on Crunchy right now. It's a simulcast. I don't know how to pronounce this. Gachiakuda?
Oh, Gachiakuda! I love Gachiakuda. I could have brought this up too. For some reason I didn't think about mentioning anime. Yeah, Gachiakuda is awesome. Gachiakuda.
I watched the first episode. It's very intriguing, very interesting.
Fun thing about this one. This was another one that David put me on to the manga a couple years ago because this is done by the. If you've ever seen the show Soul Eater or seen the show or read the manga for Soul Eater, Gachiakuda is done by that mangaka's apprentice. Which is why the art style is so similar. And like she's so good that like the creator of Soul Eater said, nah, she's my successor. She's better than me. She surpassed me. Go read her shit.
Nice.
Gachiakuda is really fucking cool. It's a object-based power system. It's literally all about trash and like the forgotten and like the misused, and it's all done for like a big complicated metaphor about class and the haves and the have-nots. Yep. It very much like it's like if Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's setting had more of an actual like punchy battle feel to it, because it's separated into stratas very much like New Domino City and Satellite, and the main character basically to just kind of give the quick and dirty of the pilot / first chapter. Main character gets accused of a crime and then yeeted down into the trash. So
yep. Because in this world, you've got the Utopia floating city, you've got the like outskirts with all the poor people, and then you've got the pit, which is
where all the trash, which is literally where all the trash goes.
Yeah, and according to the rich people, trash is anything that is just mildly messed up, like at all. Mm-hmm. Like it's very perfectionist. OCD.
Yep. Yeah. It's a really cool power system. The art style is fucking amazing.
Yes. Yes, it is. And our lead character is very interesting. And this like actually goes into like the whole like chronic illnesses, because like a certain character that you might know, Tony. He's always in pain, because Campaign 3 has a character that deals with chronic issues that is in pain.
All right, I gotcha.
But yeah,
you know what's the craziest
really cool.
thing? When I think of a character that's in constant pain, I think of Speedball after he became.
Penance.
Yeah.
Penance, yeah. I mean, he did that to himself, but yeah, I don't know. I for some reason I just immediately think of Jordan. Just because I'm my everything, my bones.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Last thing about this is the dub is good too.
I haven't seen.
Marley.
I haven't listened to the dub. I'll have to listen to the dub. I've been
lead character
subtitled.
Is voiced by the same dude that did Damien in the Batman Ninja.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Nice. Did not know that.
But
I'll have to listen to the dub.
Also, I listened to a like book summary review type thing for this book called get this, it's called Disco Witches of Fire Island.
Is this where Fire Festival was held?
No, this is actual factual Fire Island, like where all the gay people go, like the gay safe haven Fire Island. That's the like most northern island of New York.
You know, a lot of people forget that New York is a kind of mini archipelago.
Yeah.
Manhattan is just a big ass island.
Story takes place in the 80s, right dab in the middle of the AIDS epidemic, and stars a gay man who is still reeling from the loss / breakup of his ex who died of AIDS.
Dang.
But also, they broke up before he died because our MC like got a little too health obsessed and like tried to focus on fixing it instead of like living in the now. Anyways, so he's not in a good space. So his friend who's also gay is like, hey, I'm going to Fire Island and you're going with me. I have this whole thing set up where we've got bartender jobs waiting for us there. We're just gonna relax for a while, help you get over your ex, and just have fun. Well, they get there and things aren't exactly how they're supposed to be. But luckily he gets like under the wing of these two older gay guys who are said disco witches, and things ensue.
So what makes them disco witches? Like, do they wear like platform shoes and bell bottoms, or?
They're witches that love the disco aesthetic.
Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't. So I was correct.
Yeah. But anyway. But yes. Things unveil, there's a whole story involved. It's really cool. But in the end, it's basically about like surviving even though you're going through like the worst shit in your life. Like learning to live on and like appreciate the good in life.
Right.
And like learning to move on. And just like the power of the human spirit.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the kind of story anyone can really get behind, which Virtual Man.
Yeah.
And witches are the main like supernatural thing in this world, but it looks like there are hints to other things, like the main love interest may or may not be this universe's version of Percy Jackson.
So like what? So I have a question. Why are they not warlocks? Why are they not disco warlock?
I don't know.
Like,
Okay.
because like I don't know, maybe that's just a thing for me. Cause I know gender is a construct, but like also coming from a culture with a gendered language, it always messes with me. When like you're using a different gender for the thing.
Well, hey, they're the ones that can do magic.
I mean, hey, they can call themselves whatever they want. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
Very personally, I was just like, huh. Wait, but then I remembered you said gay guys, and I'm like, wait, you said guys? Shouldn't they be warlocks? In my head, I was like, wait, they're warlocks.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's a really cool story.
Now, to be fair, Disco Witches sounds catchier, so I get it.
Yeah, and
Also, it might be a thing with the whole fact that they're all gay, and
I mean, being gay doesn't mean you're not a man.
I know, but like the whole bitches thing. But anyway, I don't know. If I'm sorry if I offended anyone with that. Did not mean to.
friends that are just weak, Brian, regardless of their sexual orientation.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But anyway, it's really cool. Although I will say that it's not for kids because there's heavy drug and alcohol use. Like our main character at like I think 1 or 2 points is very self-destructive.
I mean, you said the 80s. As soon as you said the 80s, I was like, cocaine. Lots and lots of cocaine.
Cocaine and
Also,
fire. What are you talking about, Brian?
They're probably Quaaludes as well. Like it's the 80s. 80s. From what I've heard from older people, man, the old heads are wild. They think we go crazy now.
yeah.
Old heads were wildin', bro.
And also, the other warning for this book is you might want to watch where you read it in public, or
Wear headphones.
don't listen to the audio book
Or wear headphones.
without headphones.
I would say, yep, wear headphones.
Because there are a couple scenes that go into a little bit of
Spicy
adult
territory.
time.
Gotcha.
But overall, it's like really cool story about the human spirit and surviving and like a little bit of found family.
Nope, I'm not.
That's it.
I'm not gonna make the joke. I was this close to making a joke. I was this close to making.
I know, I get it, but then I followed it with found family, so it kind of felt like inappropriate.
It's too late now. It's too late now. The moment's passed. I can't make that joke now. I'll tell you what the joke was off camera, but you already. Yeah, but
I know what it was.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You do not. But I'll tell you what it was off camera. Anyways,
Anything else?
before we go to Tony though, since Brian brought up anime and I honestly forgot that I've also been watching anime. I just wanted to do a quick little lightning round highlight. I'm just continuing to watch Don to Don and My Dress Up Darling, and I have to say, I'll keep saying it, you guys. Momo and Okuran are how you do shipping. God damn it, this is how you do it.
Even though I'm like behind a few episodes, I could definitely agree with you there.
I love these two so much. The thing that I like is, and I mean, I already know this because I'm a manga reader, but like, it's not gonna be a fucking 26 episode will they won't they. A confession's gonna happen. Like, they're not gonna just fucking pussyfoot around forever. We've moved past the 90s and early 2000s and early 2010s. I'm
It's
fucking
a slow
tired
burn,
of this.
but not a no burn.
Exactly. There is actual movement happening. It's an actual gradual build-up, not this dumb bullshit of oh, does she act? They know they like each other. They're both just pussy.
Yeah, they're acting weak right now. They're inside their feelings too much. They're in their heads.
Which, I mean, duh, they're teenagers. Like, we all were like that. Nobody could escape that. Doesn't matter how cool you were. No one could escape that. But yeah, I love those kids. They're sweet and adorable, and I will protect both of them at all costs. And My Dress Up Darling also continues to be just good, wholesome fun. And my goodness, Amma just kills it. Somehow she can cry and eat at the same time. I don't know how that's possible, but it was great. Also, update on my voice submission thingy. I did not get through because I did not know you were not supposed to mention your character's name in your audition, and they were supposed to guess the character. So I immediately got eliminated. No hard feelings. I just did not know that rule. I will remember that for next time. But yeah. So yeah, those are the main two anime I'm watching along with Gachi Akude.
Which I still highly suggest that the both of y'all watch. We watch, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, from what you said, it sounds fun. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, right? Well, you said it's on both. It's on Netflix and Crunchy.
Crunchy.
But yeah, I'll get around to it. I might download some episodes to watch on the flight or something.
It wouldn't be that bad of it.
That's the good thing about Netflix. You can download episodes, so you don't have to use shitty plane Wi-Fi. But yeah, Tony, on to you.
Well, since I've been busy being the podcasters, would we say like final editor?
Yeah. I do the first pass. You are in charge of the final cut.
Yeah. So I am the last line in the podcast, and it's been keeping me busy.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four one was a chunker, and that's honestly mostly on me. I'm not gonna lie. That I had a lot to say, but like totally worth it. Do not regret a single thing.
The episode,
you know his rating.
Yep, I can tell it to you off the bat. I have it memorized.
You don't have to, but I have been able to watch stuff relatively recently since to prepare for this particular episode. I wanted to refamiliarize myself with the source material. So I watched Linkara's retrospective on the entire Sandman series, issues 1 to 35.
Nice.
And he goes into the detail in the retrospective, and it's an entire compilation because it's a 4-hour long compilation.
Yeah.
Of part of the retrospective in one, and he goes into the details of the serial convention, Game of You, like the entirety of that whole story.
Oh man, Game of You is great.
Yeah, and he also interjects his opinion and perspective, like the themes of the Sandman, according to him, is a man dealing with his traumas.
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely true. Definitely true.
And he has his opinions on that is just personal to him when it came to story structure, certain stories that are, because he's of the belief that the comic that he's reading should also focus on the primary character, which is understandable. And he acknowledges that A Game of You is a good story, but it didn't have enough of Morpheus in it to really cement it as a good,
because it's not really it doesn't feel like a Sandman story because it's mostly about Barb.
It's nothing against the story itself, and he also he does call out a lot of characters in the story acting like bigots at that point in the story itself.
Oh yeah. And
really goes into the history of a lot of the characters. I think we've mentioned this before when we were talking about our episode of
Yep. And that's the one thing, I mean, we'll talk about it in the main discussion. That is the one thing that I will say that I'm a little sad about, which I understand. They had to change course and make this the final season, so they had to skip some stuff. But I really wish we had gotten the story with Urania Blackwell.
Yeah.
You know, the one story with Element Woman? That would have been so cool. Especially considering, like, that Metamorphose in the spotlight right now because of Superman.
And I'm thinking they probably couldn't get away with that and not fully connected to the DC universe and try to do that at a time when it...
I mean, granted, it's a very dark story. It doesn't end well, but...
Yeah, but I'm just saying that given the way they structured the show, it would be rather difficult to adapt that story in particular. It can be done, but it won't have the same time. But that retrospective was great. And then, as I'm watching that retrospective, I've also watched another superhero video talking about the history of the symbiotes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and learning about the many offspring of Venom.
Oh yeah.
Within that one history, Venom has a lot of children.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Is it up to date? Like, does it include like Sleeper and?
Completely up to date.
Oh, cool. So it includes Sleeper and all of them. Yeah, okay.
And really, he really goes into like the biology, the history of how the symbiotes came to be, how they gain their own collective conscience, like their hive mind, and how elements of human personality got ingrained into them, which created the barrier to imprison Null, and how Null used his power to basically do whatever the hell he wanted and not be the opposite force of the Beyonders.
And also, like, reading the current Mary Jane Venom series, that's something really interesting that was brought up recently. Because MJ actually does some really cool shit. She has Venom turn into a submarine.
Oh, that's funny.
And she's like, and he's like, whoa, I never. And she's like, wait, you're a shapeshifter. What do you mean you didn't know you could do that? And he's like, yeah, I'm just kind of a vessel. I only know how to use myself the way my hosts can think of, and my hosts have just kind of swung around and done stuff. They never thought about shit like this. It's like, huh, interesting. But yeah, she was able to transform Venom into a submarine.
That's interesting. And I also learned more about what makes Dylan so unique. And the more I wrap my head around that idea, it terrifies me.
Dylan is a terrifying concept if you really unpack it. Because like he is a human that essentially kind of has like the master key to symbiote.
Yeah, and all because Venom was instrumental in the process of Dylan's birth. Because Venom's the daddy.
Mommy?
Him.
Mommy? I don't know.
It's because Dylan had born the normal way.
Oh yeah, I know Dylan was born the normal way, but I know Venom tends to use he/him pronouns, but I don't know. I've always seen Venom as a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, but it's a throuple situation.
Oh yeah, I know Eddie had a wife at the time.
Yeah, but it's a combination of Eddie's ex-wife, Eddie, and Venom.
Yeah.
So all three together make Dylan.
Yeah, yep, they're all parents. Yeah, it's crazy because also his wife was briefly briefly possessed by it and then died. Yeah, the whole thing.
It happened during that possession, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And
wild.
Yeah.
Just about these interesting creatures.
Oh yeah, symbiote history is pretty wild.
And to kind of bookend everything, I finished Wonder Woman Earth 1 Volume 2, and I think
wait, there's a second volume?
Yeah, there are 3.
There are 3 volumes of Wonder Woman Earth 1?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know this. I only read the first one. I didn't know there was a sequel. When did Grant write a sequel? When were there 2 sequels? What the fuck? I don't remember hearing about this at all. They did not market this whatsoever.
So,
what happens in the second one? I've only read the first one.
So, the introductory character that we meet in the second volume is a Nazi Superwoman character that Hippolyta defeats when this Uber woman decided to try to invade Themyscira with Nazi soldiers at her command.
Okay.
And she gets imprisoned, but gets defeated, and Hippolyta puts what's known as the girdle of Venus on her, which makes docile, and she stays on Themyscira.
Okay.
On top of that, this one woman, this particular woman, the Uber woman, her name is Paula. I remember her first name. She also gets a weird, like, almost yandere attachment to Diana because she looks like Hippolyta.
Interesting.
And in this story, we also get to see Dr. Psycho.
Oh, cool.
And Psycho in this story is the way I want to see him in the DCU. Although it'd be funny to have him as a little person, but I like this interpretation of Psycho better because he's sly, manipulative, but looks like a fucking Redditor.
Makes sense.
But clean. And he was able to defeat Diana by just tearing her down and using her lasso against her. But she was able to build herself back up. In the end of the story, she was able to pull out a victory.
Of course.
And it also included a concept, like, there were some characters that, I think one of them was Maxwell Lord? I think so. I don't fully remember. It's been a while. But they were talking of, they had this cane that had the head of a lion on it. And to me, it looked like it was very important looking. I'm going to have to read volume 3. But the way that, but of course, we also have Paula just trying to fight off the girdle's effects and just fight Diana again. She gets to fight Diana. It becomes a whole mess. And also, the women of the world, like this woman with white and pink hair, was really trying to question Diana's motives of coming to man's world. Mm-hmm. And it turns that particular character was a part of the villainous faction that was trying to beat Diana in the story.
Okay.
This is all from my memory, but it was actually a very fascinating, very solid story.
And this is still Grant. It's still Grant.
Still Grant. Still.
Is it also Yannick Paquette still on the art? I remember Yannick Paquette was on the art for the first volume. Nice.
Yep.
Fucking.
I believe all 3 volumes are done by that creative team.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out. I did not know there was a second or third volume. I only read the first one.
They really put in a lot of work and effort into making this version of Diana so distinct in her characterization.
It's crazy because, like, on paper, the Earth 1 universe could have been as big as the Absolute universe is right now, but they just didn't market it well.
And the way they structured Earth 1 in itself is...
I don't like it. As much as I like graphic novels, it would have done better if it was just an ongoing series.
Yeah.
Or at least like a series of minis. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could have had Volume 1 be an overall collection of the first, like, its own mini, and it could have been done that way. It's still connected to Earth 1. But what's done is done. We can't change the past. And I think out of the Earth 1 stories that I've read, I think Wonder Woman might be my favorite, objectively.
Wonder Woman is my favorite. So how I would rank them personally for me, I would go in terms of character series. I would put Wonder Woman at number 1, Green Lantern at number 2, Batman at number 3, Superman at number 4, and Titans at number 5.
Now, the only ones I've read were Wonder Woman, Batman, and Titans.
Titans was very underwhelming. I was expecting a lot more from Titans. Green Lantern is really fucking cool. He's like a space miner, and it's really interesting. It has kind of a it feels like he's like working for like Weyland-Yutani or some shit. It has kind of the same kind of like world vibe as like classic Ridley Scott Aliens. It's fucking dope. I think there was only 1 volume, but I could have missed other volumes. Shit, I missed 2 whole volumes of Wonder Woman, so fuck if I know. There could have been a sequel that I didn't know about, but the first volume of Green Lantern, Earth 1 that I read was awesome. Yeah, for me it goes Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, Titans. You never read the Superman ones?
I don't think I have.
They're pretty good.
It's not coming to me right away because my memory can be a bit spacey at times. It's honestly the least distinct out of all of them. If I were to make any critiques, it's unlike the other ones where it definitely feels like a different take. It just feels like a Superman book. Well, I know J. Michael Straczynski writes it.
Yeah. Which, fun fact, Earth 1 was actually his Straczynski wrote that as his script for Man of Steel. That was originally what he was gonna what he submitted as like a script idea for Man of Steel, but then they did not go with it. Which is why you actually see some of those elements in Man of Steel, like him traveling around and doing all the different odd jobs around the world and shit.
Yeah.
As like in like an oil tanker and stuff. But yeah.
Boyer copied what Straczynski did.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah. Okay, interesting. I'll have to look into those other Wonder Woman volumes for sure, and because I'm curious. I really liked the first one, so like I think I have no doubt. I've not Grant hasn't really ever disappointed me with their work before, at least their work that I've enjoyed. There has been stuff from Grant where I've scratched my head, but for the most part,
alone in this series is immaculate.
Nice.
And also undeniably horny.
Oh yeah, I mean you could see that from the first volume.
It gets charged up a little bit on the horniness in volume 2.
Oh nice.
Only by like the hair.
Also, just out of curiosity, does Heracles actually play a bigger factor in any of this? Like, I mean, obviously it's the big reveal at the end of the first volume, but like, does he come up? Like,
it's mentioned, but he's not in the second volume, from what I can remember.
Okay, so he never actually makes any appearances. Okay, because I was curious about that, because like,
from what I can see, no, I haven't read volume 3 yet.
Okay.
So I can't say 100% yes or no.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's like, from what I can recall, he may have been mentioned, but I'm not sure.
Okie dokie. All right.
But-
So yeah. Anything else you want to highlight, or are we good to go into trailer talk?
We can go into trailer talk. Since I've been busy just trying to keep things in balance,
All right, cool.
I only have some time to do certain things.
No problem. All right, folks. So, Trailer Talk is the segment of the podcast where we go over the trailers that our boy Brian has gathered together. And of course, as per usual, he has gathered together count them, 6 brand new trailers as of the recording this podcast. And this is the point where you, yes, you, can pause that video and go down in the description below and click the playlist, check out those trailers for yourself, and then unpause the video. And once you've unpaused the video, thanks to the magic of editing, we will return to you with our thoughts on said trailer. Also, while you're down there, after you hit that pause button, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell as well. But until then, please enjoy this word from our non-existent sponsors. And we're back. I know we sound deflated. There was a longer pause than usual. Keep that in there. We're kind of buffering and recovering from this week's trailer talk. We'll get to why very soon. But let's start off with the positives.
Yeah.
Let's start with live action.
Yeah. So first, let's go. Was Eeny Meeny first? Eeny Meeny was first.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with Eeny Meeny. This looks fun. It looks like basically like a heist movie, Baby Driver style kind of thing, starring the chick from The Babysitter.
Yeah, Samara Weaving. And it kind of also gave the feel of if you ever seen that movie Logan Lucky
Yeah, you're right. It does kind of have that vibe.
with Adam Driver and I think it was Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum.
And also had Daniel Craig play a Southern.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good movie.
Because it was like blue collar as Ocean's 11.
But yeah, it seems like a Baby Driver, Bonnie and Clyde toxic relationship type beat. I'm kind of down for it. It looks fun.
Same. And then we got the good kind of mess that is Eternity.
Which is probably the best movie of the bunch from this trailer talk. I mean, not saying much when we get to the latter half, but like, I really want to see this movie because it has such an interesting premise. So it's about the afterlife and then choosing which afterlife you want to go to and who you want to spend your afterlife with. And this woman, this guy, he gets there, and then eventually his wife gets there after some odd years, and it's like, okay, cool, easy peasy, got it. And then, what do you know, her first husband's here too, because he died many years ago in the war, which I'm assuming is the Great War, judging by that old black and white picture.
Or World War II.
Or World War II, or the Second Great War. The sequel is always better.
Because you see, they may look young, but that's because how they want to look in the afterlife. In actuality, the second husband had like 63 years of marriage.
No, he said 50. 53 years of marriage. Yeah, 53 years of marriage.
Okay.
Yeah. So like when they go to the afterlife, they come back. They're in the afterlife in their prime. So which is why like she has a very 50s look to her. Elizabeth Olsen's character. And like homie, who's played by fucking Newt's brother from Fantastic Beasts, he also looks like he's from the 40s. Like
he goes to his long lost wife that he's been waiting for in this limbo forever for her to come by, and he's like, all right, let's start our who the fuck is.
Mind if I cut in? It's like, sorry, pal, I've been waiting 60 years for this doll to show up. It's like, excuse me, sir, that's my wife.
Yeah, bro. And your wife, she was my wife first.
And it's such a complicated list because it's like there's so much to it because like obviously these two clearly lived a very long and happy life and so like you can't really invalidate their love or marriage. It's not like they ended messy. It doesn't seem like it, at least. I'm sure the marriage wasn't perfect. No marriage is, but like it seems like they were good together. They're happy together. But on the other end, the first husband, they never really got a chance. that's her first love. So there's still a lot of genuine love there, and she never really got to experience what life with him could have been like. So there's a big chance here. What I like about this is also that like at the end of the day, it's Elizabeth Olsen's choice. That's a very modern, kind of twist to it. They're not treating her like a prize. She's the one who has to pick the bachelor, basically.
Yeah. And also one other thing is, I could be wrong with the final product, but it looks like from the trailer that the men aren't blaming each other, and
oh yeah,
they're not like fighting each other like sometimes this typically happens with
and
this
I mean
kind of thing.
they are a little bit, but that's more of just like a kind of automatic thing of like fighting for your lady in a way. So like
not blaming the other guy.
Oh yeah, and like to be fair to first guy, you can't really. You died, bro.
Yeah, and to be fair with the other guy, he had 50 years with her. Yeah,
she was gonna move on, and she lived a happy life. Like, I'm sorry you didn't get to be happy with her, but like, it's not her fault. And again, I'm glad there isn't any blame. It'll probably come up because it's bound to come up because there's just a lot to unpack there. It seems like a very complicated topic, and I'm very interested to see how A24 explores that. And like, hats off to the fucking costume department. Like, just looking at everybody's outfits, I love I love retro style and period piece type clothes, and like, everybody just looks dressed to the nines. Elizabeth Olsen was just born in the wrong era. She was meant to dress like in the 50s, 60s, even like 70s kind of outfits. Like when she was on her WandaVision shit, getting to dress like Lucille Ball and all that, she was slaying.
Also in Love and Death.
Oh yeah, that was more 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, but you said 70s.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, she is meant for retro fashion, dude. She kills it.
Yep, and also like the set of this limbo place too looked pretty cool. Kind of reminded me a bit of the TA.
Yeah, it reminded me of the TVA and the Good Place mixed together.
With like, because it's like got that like retro futurism.
Yeah.
Vibe.
For sure.
And just like we didn't mention this before, but just like the mythos of all of this.
Yeah, like
is very interesting.
It's such again, it reminded me a little bit of the Good Place as well. And I don't know, like shit about the afterlife is always very fascinating to me. Just different interpretations of what the afterlife is and could be. Like, I don't know if you watched the movie Soul on Disney Plus. Well, it was I think it was in theaters for a little bit, but I watched that like maybe last year.
I think it was going to be in theaters, but then they made it.
Because I think it came out during the pandemic or around pandemic time. But I watched it last year. It was very good, very good. I
hadn't seen it, but I've heard good things.
I enjoyed it.
But yeah, all the stuff with the afterlife is like very fascinating.
And it'll be interesting to also just see kind of like the effect of death on people, like, getting to reconnect with those people you lost, and then like getting to re-experiencing that is going to be an interesting thing for like Elizabeth Olsen's character. And I wonder, is there anybody like that for the second husband as well? Like,
yeah, and just like how the different people react to dying. Like Miles Teller's character took forever to realize that he was dead,
and then she's like, oh, I'm dead. Huh.
And also, you had that one dude. Well, guess surgery didn't go well.
Yep. Oh man. Also, like, I'm just really curious about like just kind of the weird nerdy stuff. Like, how does time work? Like, how is time flow differently? Is it processed differently? Like, can their kids show up eventually and they're like, oh, hi kids?
Was that kid that we saw at the very beginning of the trailer, was that him as a kid? Like, his life flashing before him,
or was that just the kid who died? Like, I'm very curious. Again, I definitely want to see this one. Hopefully it'll come to theaters and I'll get to watch it.
Yep.
If not, it'll eventually come to HBO Max because of their deal with A24, right? So there's that.
But one other one that is maybe theater thing, Zootopia.
Oh, that's not even a maybe. I'm definitely going to. I'm going to see Disney's Beastars. 100% going to see Disney's Beastars.
Oh yeah.
Disney's Beastars 2, which
they're introducing the Scalies.
Yep. Which I find it funny because spoiler alert if you haven't caught up on Beastars and you haven't seen, I think it's season 3, whatever the recent season was. But you do find out that Legoshi is a quarter Komodo dragon, so he's also got some lizard blood in him. Yeah, because his grandpa is a Komodo dragon. But yeah, I'm excited. Also, I find it funny.
Kehu Kwan, always great to see him in anything.
We saw that Shakira's character is back.
Yeah.
Wonder if she went to jail for tax evasion. But
also we didn't mention it. The therapist.
Yeah, no, that therapist was good. She read them like a book.
Mm-hmm.
I also just find it funny that like the final season of Beastars is gonna be coming out around the same year as the next Utopia movie. Or actually, it comes out in 2026, and this will come out in 2025. So never mind, forget that. But still, I'm excited for it.
But yes, and the furries are cooking.
Furries are cooking, and they're gonna be eating well, because like they have some really good outfits in this. Like I'm not a furry, but I can recognize stuff furries are gonna be into.
Same.
And I'm just like, yeah, no, they're gonna be eating good.
Like far less so, but I think still they might get something out of it. Our next trailer, Goat.
I mean that one's cute. Like this one, this one might be one of those ones that is gonna be like a sleeper hit that I might skip initially and then hear it's good later and then check out, like The Bad Guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was for me with The Bad Guys. I didn't watch that at first until I heard it was good, and then I watched it.
Same. Which, the sequel, just came out.
Oh, nice.
Where, they get roped back into crime thanks to a group known as the Bad Girls.
Cool. But yeah, Steph Curry, one of the GOATs, quite literally, is playing a goat.
Yep.
Which I find it funny because he's like dunking and doing all this like in the paint game when Steph Curry himself is a sharpshooter. That man is a 3-point specialist. You have him playing in the paint. It feels so weird.
He's also not even playing basketball.
It's a weird like gladiatorial version of basketball. It seems more like closer to like the depictions that I've seen of like the ancient fucking Aztec version of basketball.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause like,
oh yeah,
you see the depictions of that shit. That shit looks very aggressive.
Like
like how they showed it in El Dorado.
Yeah, and we also saw in one episode Bender bending Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, Bender played it in that episode of Futurama in the reboot. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's pretty intense. It feels more akin to that.
Yeah.
But it could be cute. Who knows? I mean, I'll check it out if I hear good things about it, but that's not what I'm rushing off to. But you know what I am entirely skipping? And we've just all collectively decided, fuck this, is Fixed. Fuck this. We talked about this last week and it was like, oh, this kind of sounds fun.
Because peek behind the curtain, we are taking a small break.
Well, you guys probably won't notice because like,
well, yeah, they will.
I mean, maybe. Because we aren't actually behind for once. You're right. They will notice. There will be a slight hiatus.
But we were looking like, what are we gonna cover when we come back? And so I was doing my typical research into everything. I'm like, hey, Genji Tartakovsky has a new movie coming out. And then I looked up the cast and I'm like, holy crap, this is a stat cast. And looked at the vague plot. I'm like, it's a little weird, but for Genji and the cast, yeah, we'll give it a try. We'll set up that. And then when I was putting this podcast together and I was putting together the trailers, I was like, hey, so this is the trailer just came out. Huh. So why don't I do like before where I put the trailer in so that it's more synergy when we actually cover it, and also we'll get it to see a little bit. I'm trying to avoid that word again.
See the vibe, yeah. Get the vibe of the movie, just the general feel for it, yeah. And
then we watch the trailer.
I'm glad we saw this first because I would have punched Brian in the face across the internet if we got blindsided like this.
No, we would.
It would be worse than the Craven situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be far worse. We would actually find Brian where he lives down in Florida and throw hands.
We would. Tony would kick him and I would punch him in the face. Tony would kick him in the shin, I would punch him in the face. He goes low, I go high. That's just how it would be. And actually, we'll talk about it off camera, but I also have another idea now that I'm thinking about it, because you had brought up something before that we could possibly cover that is actually easier because it's also just a movie. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in between. Off camera.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we watched the trailer.
Fuck this. Fuck this shit. It's just weird, man. Like,
ow,
you know,
my brain.
Like, I have no problem with gross out humor. Like, I can find some gross out humor funny. I watched Big Mouth for a little bit. I didn't think Big Mouth was that bad for at least the first couple.
Stimpy.
for at least the first couple seasons. It was like, all right, but what the fuck is this? What the fuck is it?
Okay, so the basic premise of this, whatever the fuck it was, is about a dog who's about to be fixed. And he's going to have his one last night out with his equipment operational.
Yep.
But I did not need to hear one dog character talk about doing things to another individual.
And also, I didn't need to see so many shots of, like, I mean, they were censored because it was a trailer, but I don't need to see. These aren't going to be censored in the actual movie. I don't need to see dog genitalia. I don't like seeing human genitalia, male or female. It feels kind of uncomfortable. I don't like unless it's like unless it's like adult activity type content. I don't need to see genitalia of any kind. I'm cool.
Well, yeah, it's a tale as old as time, where it's like one last trip out with the boys before life changes. Just the boys are absolute freaks.
Yeah, no.
Like the skunk scene.
We had like a whole ass squad of dog ditties out here.
Yeah, they were just acting like dog ditties.
And it created a new phrase in my head that I had never thought would ever be a thing, and I don't want it to be a thing, and I never want to hear it again.
Say it, Brian.
Dog strip club.
Yeah, fucking weird. Fucking weird. Fucking weird, bro. I don't want it. Who asked for this? Who?
Nobody.
They deserve to be smacked in the face.
Genji, what the fuck? I know Unicorn didn't do as well as you hoped, but...
Unicorn died for this? Unicorn died for this? The fuck?
For this sin. Against my sin.
Give me another Hotel Transylvania movie. Like, Sony Animation, you guys just did K-pop Demon Hunters. What the fuck?
But yeah, it was so bad and mindfuckery that I feel bad for the trailer that came after it.
Yeah, because like, again, fucking, long story short, it's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad. It's just that we were so fucking flabbergasted that we couldn't even really pay attention.
But it does seem like...
It's got heart. It definitely has heart to it. And I'm sure, given how, like, well put together BoJack was, and this is by the same, like, creative team, like, it's probably gonna be great.
And it looks like it's them tackling generational trauma.
It's, you know what's weird to me? You know what threw me off?
What?
It's because it's the BoJack art style, but there were people. And yes, I know Todd was a person, and I know people exist. I know Todd and Diane exist, right?
But it was only people.
Yeah, that's what was throwing me off. I couldn't put my finger on what was throwing me off, but now I get it. It was all people, and it was weird that it was all people.
Mm-hmm. But it's got a great cast.
And it seems like a fun premise. It seems like one of those like hashtag relatable for people our age in our 30s. You know, like I'm sure we'll actually enjoy it when it comes around. It's just it was just unfortunate timing. I feel like if we had watched that before, we would have much more to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
I put that last because it was the only TV show on the list, so I wanted to have the movies all grouped together.
It's not your fault, Brian.
No
it's not your fault, Brian. I'm not blaming you. You didn't know. You didn't know.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know.
Raven, why didn't you warn me?
But yeah, like I just don't know. This is the most shook we've been over a trailer talk in a while. Man, that one trailer was so bad. I don't even think Craven fucked us up this bad, because we already expected Craven to be terrible. So like, I don't.
We're just
this caught us completely off guard.
Yeah. So here's the difference between the Craven trailer incident and this incident. We knew it was going to be bad, and we were just mad because it existed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was. That was coming from a place of anger and disdain.
Yep, for Sony Marvel, yeah. But this, there was hope. You know, it's Gendy Tartakovsky, Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack, Unicorn, Primal, you know, Hotel Transylvania, all this good stuff, and then just this. It's just like, why?
Which, by the way, gents, if you need it, there you go.
Okay. r/praise, please. You know what? I will definitely definitely keep a tab open. But yeah, man, no, that fucked us up, you guys. It really did. But yeah, at least there's some stuff we're actually looking forward to from that batch.
As of this moment, to walk away from.
Yeah, let's leave that nightmare and enter the dreaming, please. Let's fucking go to the dreaming. I need to go to the dreaming.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Let's use some hyperfixation over analytics to
just
get some minds off of it.
To fucking brain bleed. So
Yep.
now it's time for our main discussion. For Sandman season 2, the second and final season of this amazing show. You know, we're gonna obviously start spoiler free, but I will say right off the bat, it did not drop in quality whatsoever. It did not drop in quality whatsoever. If anything, it even raised the bar in quality, which I didn't think was possible. Like, you know, they had to be a little bit more conservative with the special effects and stuff because they didn't know whether this was going to work or not, if people were going to watch it. But boy, they went all out for this final season. Like, the effects went ham, and a lot of them were just absolutely beautiful. We get to see Morpheus at the height of his power now, rebuilding the dreaming. Just a lot of really stuff. You know, we also get to dive deeper into the Endless and the family politics of the Endless, which I think is honestly the most interesting part of Sandman. And we find out more about the dynamic between the family, the different beefs within the family, the tension between certain family members,
and about the one that they do not name.
Yep. We finally get to see them come into play.
And we also get to see finality.
Yeah.
In all ways, in means.
And the thing that I really like about this, and honestly, like, you know, controversy aside, I actually think it was better this way, only being 2 seasons, because, you know, one of the complaints, even as a fan of Sandman, that I have is that Sandman as a series does tend to meander, and that's mostly because Sandman itself is kind of a meta story. It's a story about stories, and so it tends to kind of lose itself at points, especially in the middle. Now granted, there's plenty of connective tissue to actually like bring a lot of the stuff together at you know, at certain points, but this definitely helps to streamline the story of Sandman a lot more than even the comics did. Now granted, I like the long form storytelling and the ability to kind of step away from your main character and just build out the world more, but in the TV show format, I don't think that would have worked as well, which is why I think they saved more of those for like the one-shot episodes. Like, for example, last season we got the Dream of Cat episode, and this season we get the Death one-shot, the award-winning story, The High Cost of Living, which has nothing to do with the plot, so, you know, I feel like it's okay to talk about this one here. Fucking phenomenal story.
Indeed.
I was actually surprised that the Death short that we got a few years ago when they made a Death animated short was not this story. It was just kind of a random story that involved death in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll show it to you guys after the podcast if you guys are curious. But yeah, there's a Death animated short that was you know how like a lot of the like, you know how back in the day a lot of the DC animated movies had like those DC showcase shorts,
like the Green Arrow one,
like the Green Arrow one, like the Superman Captain Marvel one,
Jonah Hex.
The Jonah Hex
that one was my favorite.
Yeah. There was there was a Death one. I don't remember what movie it was attached to, but there was one that involved death. But it was not this story. But this is the most famous death story, which is really interesting. I actually talked about it in our last episode. I mentioned that this was a thing that happens, that she gets reincarnated as a human for one day every 100 years and gets to live as a human, so that she can understand what life is about.
Yep. And you know, somebody talked to the creator about it, and he was like, we were throwing around ideas for it Someone asked if he ever considered doing a. This is like barring the controversy. If he ever thought of doing a Death spinoff.
I would 1000% watch a Death spinoff because that actress is just so fucking magnanimous. I'd watch anything she's in. She's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like she gets the compassion, but also the wanderlust for life.
Yeah, like, sure, she does not look like Tori Amos. She's but she gets the vibe and the essence of the character just so perfectly. Like the thing that and I think what makes the Sandman universe's death, DC's death, so much more special as compared to even say like Marvel's death. Marvel's death is your typical like spirit of death, kind of just neutral, just a force of the universe. Like doesn't really have emotion or feelings or things like that. But DC's death is probably the most appreciative of life because death is there for everyone, because everybody needs death at the end. Death is death. She said it in one of her opening monologues in the first season of the show. She's the first one here. Well, she's technically the second one here because Destiny was the first, but she's one of the first in a universe, and she's the last one out. She's the one to turn all the lights off when the universe is done.
Mm-hmm.
So like she has a very unique and interesting perspective on the world, which is what makes her personality and her being such a beacon of like light and life so fascinating, because she appreciates life in all its aspects. And to be honest, and when you really think about it, death is but another aspect of life.
Yeah, and she herself admitted that she wasn't always like this.
Mm-hmm.
She had to learn to be like this.
Yep. Yeah, and I think getting to live among the humans for a day and like getting to see what makes their lives worth living is a really good way for her to ground herself and to remind her why she does her job. Because otherwise, your job is would be really fucking depressing. Because I mean, if you remember, like in the last season, death doesn't discriminate. She takes babies, the old, the young, where they lived long, filling lives, where they were just about to reach their peak, or they even get to live their lives.
I mean, there was that one dude who literally died on his honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then again, the one that always got me was the scene with the baby, and then she, the baby was just like, "But I just got here," and it's just like, "I know, love. I'm sorry." And it's just, man. And again, just the image of death being not some scary, like all-knowing evil force, but an old friend that greets you at the end. I know it's so much more comforting, so much more reassuring.
Yeah.
I like this when I read this as a teenager in high school when I first read the Sandman books, but as an adult, now that I've had more experiences with death and like with loss of people in my life, I've grown to appreciate this take even more so.
Yeah, I totally get that.
But yeah, so they definitely raised the bar in terms of quality on this, and
yeah, and one last thing that I want to say about death is like just going to show like how grounded she is and everything. It's like we know this from season 1. We don't really get to like explore it and like go into what they look like, but each of the Endless have their own domain, their own
their realms.
Place.
Yeah, their own realms.
Their realm. That's the word I was looking for. Realm. And then you go to Death's realm, and it's just like an average hipster apartment.
I love that because and I love that death reflects all times, because death is all the past, the present, and the future. So like her domain reflects all parts of time.
Yeah, like someone from like ancient Greek times will go to visit her, and it's a modern day apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
also another thing that I like that they kept up, which of course they did in the first season as well, but they did it again here, and I really appreciate they kept the consistency. Is Morpheus appears differently to everyone because he is Dream, and like I like that they had like again they kept up the tradition they had from the first season, where they have a different actor play Morpheus if he's being perceived by another person, like Nada or anyone from any different culture. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool.
And one thing I can always say that is a highlight, it really leaves its narratives to be tightly told and folding things together it's streamlined, but it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It pulls other like themes and characters from different parts of the
it doesn't feel forced, is what you're saying. Yeah, like they cut some things, but the things that they kind of stitch together, it fits together.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm like, huh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely.
Like you take one character
from here and you
whose
put them.
role is
You
different from one story,
and you
then
put
you
the
just transplant it
into another
a
story.
different role,
And it's
but
like-
a character added.
and it's like, oh, that works.
Another story.
And the one of the things that I like with that is like, and that they did this more with the show is and we talked about this off camera. A lot of times in the main narrative of the comic book, we actually go long periods of time without seeing Morpheus at all. But Morpheus is directly involved in all of this, at least in the show, and it helps to center the narrative a lot more. It helps the story feel a lot less meandering. You know what I mean?
Yeah, technically in the comic, there's only like one major story.
Yeah.
Like a major storyline.
Yeah. Where Morpheus isn't present at all. Yeah, but
Yeah, they're like one and dones that it doesn't involve him at all.
Mm-hmm.
But one makes sense because that technically was an anthology. It was just people telling stories.
Yeah.
And others were like one and done stories that had Morpheus cameo in them.
Yep.
But with this, it just tells the narrative of a good chunk of the remainder of the Sandman run.
Mm-hmm.
With
but it also never felt rushed.
Yeah.
Even when the fact that in season 1 we like followed Dream a lot and we somewhat got into Death, and with the one shot and everything we got more into Death this season. But this season we also got into like the other Endless.
My personal favorite, we've got to see my personal favorite member of the Endless get a lot of spotlight, which is Delirium, formerly known as Delight.
Yep.
Which she's always been my favorite character of the Endless because she always felt like a fucking me-coded character.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like that a lot, like just bouncing everywhere, not really knowing what to do, feeling a little aimless. Like a lot of neurodivergent people can really connect with Delirium. I mean, a lot of us tend to be a little delirious.
I mean,
true, yeah.
Par for the course.
I can agree with that.
But yeah. So like the exploration of the other Endless is really cool. Even the returning ones who we don't get to see as much, but like their presence is definitely felt. Like Desire, Despair, even we get to see even more of. But like I really like what they did with Despair as well.
Gets her own like moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she doesn't delve too much into her characterization like her comic counterpart did, because I think we can go into the more swirly part of the section here, because I want to bring up that this is technically the second iteration of Despair.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And how she didn't outright say the show, but it's supposed to be the second iteration of Despair.
Oh no, she said she said it outright in the show. She said I'm not.
This is the second vessel.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She says I'm not the first Despair. So yeah.
Yeah, true. It's like a hand wavy thing, but they really go into a bit of detail.
Oh yeah. We get a deeper explanation of the mechanics of DC's cosmology.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people forget that this is DC's cosmology. Like Sandman does directly affect the DC universe. In fact, like Dream, I mean, he wasn't the main character, but Dream shows up in fucking Dark Knight's Metal.
Yeah, and it's the
current Dream.
The kind of
Yeah.
And the way that they kind of weaved all these narratives together to make it very snappy to the point and leading down the path to the Morpheus version of Dream's End was a very beautiful narrative.
Yeah, and it all had pretty much one continuous through line of forgiveness, redemption, and acceptance, which, given the controversy that Gaiman is currently in, I feel like is actually like it's an interesting case of art imitating life.
Yeah, and I think those were intrinsic themes of the
of the original story for sure. I'm just saying it's just a kind of a fate kind of chuckling here of like the creator
of the narrative is
kind of put in the same sort of position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of
Very. How to describe it?
I've got it. But before I get into it, I want to go ahead and give the spoiler warning because I can't do this without getting into spoilers. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We are transitioning.
Yeah.
That's why I made the caveat of transitioning into spoilers. So
but I
I
just wanted to double check here. But
Yeah.
like the way I'd put it is that like Morpheus and Gaiman have always kind of reflected each other. And like
I can see
that was done so on purpose. I mean, shoot, if you look at Morpheus's design, he even looks very similar to Neil Gaiman. If you've ever seen what Neil Gaiman looks like in real life.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And like this entire story and the entire story of the latter half of Sandman is Morpheus realizing and holding himself accountable for the fact that Morpheus was a horrible person and he did horrible things and did not account for the effect it would have on other people. And I mean, again, I'm not gonna go into any of the actual controversy or dive into any of the actual news or bits, but like, you know, Gaiman is done allegedly, because you know he hasn't been charged or convicted or anything like that. He's allegedly done some very horrible things. And like throughout this whole narrative, like Morpheus is like coming to terms with it, especially in terms of like in his case more so like neglecting relationship and having to repair them, and like more so showing outward care towards his important relationship, because it's not just his familial relationships with like his siblings or his son, but even his employees like Lucien or Mervyn or Cain and Abel, you know, Matthew, yeah. I mean, the ultimate embodiment of like Morpheus's real like big change and character arc and development is the rebirth of the Corinthian. And like, you know, the Corinthian was Morpheus made the Corinthian, and Morpheus was a different person when Morpheus was this terrible person that had a much more cynical view on the world and was much more like duty driven and focused on the job and the task at hand, whereas the Morpheus that we see in this season is much more empathetic due to not only the trauma that he's experienced, but like the things that he's had to work through and the mistakes he's had to realize that he's made and take accountability for. I mean, like it's a lot, and you know, when you yourself are changing as a person, you don't tend to realize it, because it's never in real life. When you change as a person, it's never a big overnight thing. It's always small little things. But then when you look back at who you were at a certain time in your life, you're like, oh my god, I was kind of a piece of shit. I mean, I feel like we can all relate. I know I can relate to that. And like
some things in my lifetime that I'm
like it's definitely
how you grow from it.
Yeah, and like the theme of growth is definitely displayed all throughout, and like you actually the thing that's really sweet about Morpheus is just seeing all his different friendships bloom and blossom, and kind of like him just treating them better, like, you know, people like Hob, you know, like Joanna, you know, different things like that. And you know, I think the journey to find destruction was kind of the big culmination of all of this.
Yeah.
Because Destruction was somebody that Dream always looked up to, and he was kind of the glue that held the family together. And so when he left, you know, Morpheus had all this resentment and kind of hate, honestly, towards his brother for not only neglecting his responsibilities as one of the Endless, but leaving his siblings behind. And
it was more so taking its toll directly, like overtly, on Delirium.
Yeah, because
This journey was more about she wanted that closure, and she wanted someone to go with her,
and also,
because she will just get herself lost.
And it's not even just that. She just wanted to know that somebody would be there so she wouldn't be alone, because she's felt alone for all this time. And the whole theme of that particular journey is finding out that you do have support, you have people that care about you, right? Like, you know, like that's why the big thing for destruction at the end is like, you know, asking Barnabas to go with Delirium, because she's just like, well, you know, Dream is she talks about it and she goes, well, you didn't go by yourself, did you? Like, yeah, I went with Dream, but Dream's always busy. And then it's just like, oh yeah, you're right, well, I've got an idea. And so he has his buddy to hang out with his sister, and I was like, yeah, see, that's all she really needed. She didn't need to see destruction or talk to him or try to convince him to come home. Like, sure, that's what she told herself, but what she really needed was just to find out that she could do it, and that somebody would be there for her, because she thought nobody cared about her, because everybody because she's the youngest and because of her domain, everybody just sees her as the crazy one and they underestimate her. And like, Dream actually starts to see her as a person. And you know, if you grow up with siblings, you kind of you don't really get this until you become adult. You know, you're always gonna see your little brothers or your little sisters or your older sisters as, you know, just that, right? For a long time. Like, especially if you're the older one, you're gonna see your little brothers or little sister as your little brothers this whole time. But like, as you get older, you start to realize, no, you're oh shit, you're a person. Like, it sounds dumb to say out loud, but like, it's something you really do realize as an adult. Like, oh shit, you're not just my little brother, you're a person. Fuck.
Yeah. Or you let your siblings do what they need to do for themselves, even though you may not agree with what they do.
Yeah, like, exactly. It's like, yeah, this might not, I might be worried, this might freak me out a little bit, but hey, like, if this is really what you want, this is what you really need to do, and you know, you might fall on your ass, but hey, if you fall, I'll help you back up. That's what the big brother is for. And Dream learned that. Dream actually learned how to be a big brother here, and that's huge development.
Yeah, and I can agree with that.
And like, also the thing that I liked about throughout the journey with destruction is, again, Dream taking accountability. When all those people were lost along that journey, you know, the lawyer, Ishtar, and Wanda, he took personal responsibility. He's like, no, this is my fault. Well, I kept going. I knew this was a bad idea. Destiny warned me, but I still kept going. Like, these people didn't deserve it. Old Dream, he would have just been like, oh, they would have died eventually. And like, you know, Death even brings that up. Like, he's changed. He's become a better person. I mean, he's not a person, but you know, for lack of a better term, he's become a better person.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call a concept of dreams and whatnot?
Exactly. Also, again, I think the structure of the show really does help the narrative out a lot better, because like, they actually set up Midsummer Night's Dream before, to the point where I was like, I swear we have this episode last season. And I was like, no, we didn't have this episode. We just had the setup for this episode where he meets Billy Shakes and they set up the deal, but we don't actually get to see A Midsummer Night's Dream. They just hint at it and they didn't show it yet. It wasn't until this season that we actually see A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is honestly my favorite Sandman story. As a Shakespeare nut, that's one of my personal favorites. I love that take on it, and you can tell that like Gaiman had a lot of love for Shakespeare, obviously. And it was just really well done. Also, man, Titania was thirsting for Morpheus.
Oh yeah,
like that was all clear as day. But what other stuff do I have here? I really like you know, I remember when I first read the story, and I first found out about Orpheus, and I was like, holy shit, this is one of my favorite interpretations / twist on this myth I've read in a long time. And one thing that I really like, both in the book and the show, is like that they refer, like in ancient Greece, they refer to all the endless by their like Greek god designation, like the different aspects and stuff.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
It was.
And again, seeing the story of you know, Orpheus and Eurydice, I think was awesome. And again,
I gotta say though, it was so painful to watch.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I mean, especially if you already know the myth, because I don't know about you, but I was sitting there, even though I know how the story goes, I was like, don't do it, you idiot, don't do it. They told you the rules.
They said until the light is on both of you.
They told you the rules, you dummy. Don't do it. I know you're gonna do it. I've read the myth before, but I'm gonna yell at you anyway, you stupid child. But I really like it. Again, I also like, I think building off the previous season worked really well, because we were obviously, and of course the comic was structured like this also, but we were introduced to Calliope in the previous season, and we get to see what the results of that union were, and there were of course Orpheus, and I like the little nod when Morpheus approaches the temple of Orpheus, and they're like, are you Apollo? And it's like, no, I'm your Charge's father, which is a fun nod, because in some interpretation, Orpheus is a son of Apollo and one of the muses. So fun little nod there. But yeah, it was really nice. I really like the showcase of Morpheus' relationship with Orpheus. Like, he's not a bad dad, but he's not the best either. He's a very petty parent, which is very fitting for Greek mythology. I thought you said you're no longer my son, so I don't need to help you, kind of thing. I was like, no, that's in character. That checks out. Like, and to see kind of Orpheus over time, like, come to regret it and to realize that his father was just trying to protect him, and to not actually hold any resentment towards his father, and honestly just really misses his dad. It adds so many more layers of tragedy onto the story of Orpheus, and it makes it so beautiful in a way. Like, to like have Morpheus grant his son the one thing that he's always wanted from this point on, to finally be able to like put an end to this and put him to rest. And the thing that I loved about this whole thing is and which is a huge character maturity point for Morpheus, is when Morpheus actually looks his son in the eye and tells Orpheus, like, the reason I didn't do it was because I was scared, not because of the kindly ones or what they would do to me, or any of the consequences to what this would bring. I was scared of not having a world with you in it. At the end of the day, I'm your father. I don't want my children to die. I don't want my son to die. And Orpheus saying that whole, I should have died a long time ago. And it's just like, man, wow, this shit is profound.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
It is.
Like, there isn't much more for me to say besides it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it is. The back and forth, even though he is just ahead.
Yeah, which they do a really good job of animating, by the way. Like, it didn't feel like, it didn't have like an uncanny valley feel to it or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, it could have looked really bad, but it felt realistic.
Yeah, which I don't know who the actor is that played Orpheus, but he definitely reminded me of Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, he reminded me of Eddie Redmayne. I was thinking the same thing. He gave me Eddie Redmayne vibes, 100%. I'm with you there, Brian. Fuck it. What else is there? I also really liked Joanna and Orpheus's adventure as well. Man, I grew to dislike Clara towards the end of her run, but this reminded me, I love Jenna Coleman as an actress. Like, it's never the actress's fault that a character has gone bad. It's always on the writer. But like, man, this just goes to show Jenna Coleman is great, both as like Lady Joanna Constantine and regular, like, present day Joanna Constantine.
Yeah.
So good, so good. Also, like, we do, of course, get a resolution on the Daniel Hall plot. And, man, Sandman's Loki was a really good interpretation of Loki.
Oh, yes, it was, indeed.
And they didn't try to... They could have easily fell into the Marvel Loki trope because Marvel's Loki is so popular. And admittedly, he has a little bit of the same kind of fuckboy energy that Hiddleston has. But Loki himself as a character throughout time has always had that kind of vibe to him. He's a trickster god. that is kind of his thing.
I do like how it seems like every iteration that we see of Loki is different.
Yeah, but also
Like the one
you
from-
could still tell it was Loki. Like the one from I was just about to say Twilight of the Gods. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could tell it was Loki, but it was also distinct. Yeah, for sure.
And this one, he was definitely Loki. Which, by the way, if that actor looks familiar,
He did. I couldn't place it.
2 things you would know him from.
Okay.
Well, first of all, did you ever see the Ministry of Ungentleman Behavior?
No, I remember we reacted to that trailer, but I didn't ever watch it.
He played Ian Fleming in it,
Oh, nice.
but he was also in an episode of Doctor Who as Kid.
Okay.
The Eurovision Euro.
In the new season,
Yeah, he was the.
he was the
That guy
terrorist
in
guy.
the,
Oh.
Yeah, and also Sir Gawain Hightower.
Oh shit! He was fucking. That's why he looks so familiar. He was Allison's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck. I knew he looked
But also,
familiar.
we want to talk about Game of Thrones actor Jack Gleason as Puck.
He was so good. He
Yes.
was so good. Like, I mean, it has that same kind of smarmy energy that you got from Joff, but you actually like Puck, even though he's a little shit.
Yeah, I'd say Puck is more on the neutral alignment.
He's
Yeah.
he's chaotic neutral. I would say he's chaotic neutral.
I was amazed to actually see Gleason again.
Good for him. I'm so glad he's back into acting, man.
Yeah, because the thing that people forget is why we hated Joffrey so much.
Was because he was
Because
a
of the
good
acting.
actor. Yeah, that's the same thing with Cersei. Like, Lena Headey is an amazing actress, which is why we couldn't stand Cersei.
Yeah, just apparently Lena Headey didn't get as much IRL hate as a literal child.
I mean, I hear she did. I hear she did. But like she probably has dealt with it for longer, so she got thicker skin. He was a kid,
Yeah.
so I totally get him wanting to step away from acting for a bit after that shit. But yeah, no,
Boy, his Puck was great.
yeah, he killed it. He killed it. And like his chemistry with Loki on point. Loved all of that. I also
I gotta say, the actor who got to play Loki, he had his Spike from Buffy ass hair.
he looked like Spike from Buffy. That's what I said the whole time. He wants to be Spike from Buffy so bad. But yeah, Tony, I don't know if you heard Brian, but that was fucking Allison's brother, Gawain.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
Ain't that hilarious?
yeah, it is really funny. But yeah, like also speaking of the Norse, I just find it funny. There's no way somebody who ran the show didn't do this shit on purpose. They definitely dressed Odin like Mr. Wednesday.
Oh, I totally did. I mean, that's what he looked like in.
Yeah, in American Gods, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, in the
yes,
comic as well. Yeah. But like, I was like, it has to also be an American Gods reference because he looks like Mr. Wednesday.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with you there.
Like, I was just like, oh, that's nice. I think, and you know, they did a really good job at spacing out the different plots. Like, honestly, the whole rulership of hell thing, I thought was going to take a lot longer than it did, but they went through it really briskly. But it also didn't feel rushed. Gave it enough time as well.
And they actually made not that more integral to.
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't just kind of
And also to Dream's character development as well.
Which I appreciate that. And also, it also still showed that Dream still had work to do because he was still fucked up. You know, he was still stalking her, like not really giving her time to breathe. You know, he had changed for the better, but he still had his bad habits. Like, he's not a perfect person.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But, yeah. Also,
but
poor
I did like how they
Susanna
handled-
O. Poor Susanna O.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, though, Dream got him out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what Dream had to do, bit him in the ass.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But it didn't.
Bit poor Daniel
It
in the
didn't do
ass.
it as much as he thought it would because Odin was like, "Dude, you got too much going on." As
You're dying.
Add on to it.
You're dying, bro. It's cool. You can go to your grave in peace. I don't got beef with you, dog.
Which I like. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Odin was actually another Game of Thrones.
Oh, nice.
I believe he was Lord Blackfish.
Oh shit, that was Brendan Blackfish. Nice.
Yeah.
The only good Tully.
He rocked.
He's also the only Tully aside from his daddy who wasn't named after a Sesame Street character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I do like how they handled all the gods. Thor, they could have easily marveled him up, but no, he was an asshole.
He was
Yeah,
just big meathead.
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was ginger.
Yep, and he was ginger. Which he is in myth. It was accurate. I like that we're getting a lot more like myth accurate depictions of Thor recently, like within the last 10 years.
The funniest one is that they gave Susanoo highlights.
Right? Yeah, I thought that was funny. Also, we got to see like representatives of Chaos and Order as well. I thought that was cool. That was more of a little nod to the big DC nerds out there.
The little
She was terrifying. My God.
yeah.
So fucking scary.
Play with us.
So fucking scary.
Her and
Bro.
her court just scared me.
She scared
Like
us.
that.
And then at the end, no, we didn't really care. We just
We just want to make sure no one else got it. Well, thank you for inviting me to your party, Mr. Dreamy. Had a delightful time. Like, okay, leave me alone. Be gone.
also I like how she gave Dream her balloon, but then the next scene she's got a different one already.
Yep. Oh man.
Okay.
And then the dudes with the box.
Yep. With Lord Kindrican, Lord of Order.
Which I do like that Dream was very respectful of him.
Yep. It's like, and I like that Lord Kindrican was like, we might not agree with it, but your choice was orderly and logical, so we respect it. We can't fault you for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. At least we didn't have to deal with fucking Naboo.
And Naboo.
Oh God.
Naboo's
God help
sassy
you
ass.
if you have to deal with him.
Somebody carrying around a box with a helmet.
It's Naboo's sassy ass. I could never.
Fucking reincarnate. Fucking Atlantean sorcerer turned into a fucking Lord of Order. But yeah. So that was fun. Other stuff. We talked about the journey for destruction.
I like how they handled because we didn't mention it, but Nada herself.
Oh yeah, and I like that Nada got to get her shit off. You know what I mean? She got to yell at him and be like, "No, you fucking left me in hell for 10,000 years, and you expect me to just be okay with I'm sorry? What? Huh?
Who?
No.
No.
You think it's just gonna be a happy ending now that I'm free? No, get the fuck away from me."
Yeah. And also, he sees the one chick, and he's like, "Sorry, I thought you were somebody else."
Which I'm pretty sure she was. Cause when she went to the waking world, it was just her entering the cycle of reincarnation.
Well, I don't know if that's true, because she was at the funeral.
I mean, yeah, I did see her at the funeral.
So, which means that she did remember him.
Well, I'm not saying that she did. Who's saying that she didn't just lie? People can lie.
True.
I mean, even cosmic beings can lie to each other.
Yeah, so she could have just been like, "Do I know you?" Just to get him away from. Because remember, she wanted him to get the fuck away from her. Why would she tell him the truth?
But either way, she was handled good. I like that.
Yeah. The only thing that I wish we could have gotten a little bit more is I wish we had gotten. I mean, I know we got closure with Calliope in the Calliope episode, but I wish that Calliope and Dream could have talked after Dream had met with Orpheus. I know that wasn't a thing in the book, but it could have been a thing in the show.
I mean, their son died.
And she wouldn't be mad at him. If anything, she would have been happy, right? Because it's what he wanted.
Yeah, even she had a hard time trying to
let him,
that.
and even she was like, "No, you got to get away from the cult of Died Knights," and she's like, "No, Mom, I want them to rip me
but the
apart."
kindly ones didn't take too kindly to that.
But yeah, that's my only thing is I wish that Calliope and Dream had a conversation before Dream died, after the death of I know a lot was going on after the death of Orpheus, but I still wish they would have had a conversation.
But tangentially related, well, not tangentially, but somewhat related to her. I was surprised to see Arthur Darvill at the funeral. The author that abused her.
Was he there? Yeah. I didn't notice he was in the. I didn't notice he was in the pews.
Yeah, Maddox was there.
I didn't know Maddox was there. Oh shit.
Yeah.
He was in the back row.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess well, Dream is a part of his story, so it makes sense. Was Burgess there? Burgess had to be there too, right? Yeah. Okay.
The young Burgess was
there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Alex Burgess, yeah. Nobody gives a fuck about Burgess Senior. He's a fucking asshole. Oh shit. I didn't notice that Maddox was there. Fuck. But yeah.
He was also there in the comic itself.
Oh yeah, I know, but still, I didn't pay as much attention to all the little details in Dream's funeral. I was more focused on the content of Dream's funeral. Which also, like, speaking of that, I really like how Daniel was handled. Or you know, the new Dream, as it were.
Well, I mean, part of that goes down to like the biggest surprise of the whole show.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. Like when the baby transformed and I saw Jacob Anderson, I was like, "Oh shit, it's my man Grey Worm."
Like I heard his voice, and I was like, "No way, it's him."
I saw his face and I was like, "That's not him." And then he talks and I was like, "Oh, it's him."
Because he talks before he shows up.
Does he talk before he shows up? I thought he showed up. I thought he transformed into Dream before he says anything.
No, because they said, "What happened to him?" And he's like, "I'm right here."
Oh.
And they all turn around.
Yeah, but yeah, it's my man Grey Worm, or you know, Louis, if you're an Interview with a Vampire fan. Jacob Anderson.
Old Dream, Morpheus, more like Louis.
He does. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
That shit was funny.
If we're medieval times. Morpheus had some looks,
That he did.
and actually some pretty decent wigs. Like he had some pretty good wigs.
This ain't no CW.
Also, I mean, I said this last time, but I'll say it again. Kudos for finding this actor to play Dream, because I never thought in a million years they would be able to find somebody with as sharp a jawline as Dream. But that man's chin can cut glass.
Which, ironically, because we were talking in the group chat about various Toms. His name is also Tom.
That's funny.
Tom Sturridge.
Man, there are a lot of talented Toms within the pantheon of DC actors.
Oh yeah. Before this, he was in a lot of British stuff, but nothing that we know.
But yeah, he was great. But yeah, back to Daniel though. I really like how Daniel was handled, and I think more importantly to the narrative, and I think to the meta narrative, kind of speaking to the audience, and I think they definitely did this on purpose, but I mean, it just happened to work out really well with how the story played out. Daniel was a good insert for the audience in the situation where we find ourselves in, where it's like, damn, I really like this story, but like what he did was terrible. Am I still okay to like this story? And like, you know, like the conversation that Daniel has with Gilbert, I think it's really kind of important to that. It's like, yeah, it's fine for you to like the story if it was his, but like you can make your own inspired by that. You can still be inspired by it and not have to be so attached to his story.
Which, yet again, oh my god, they lucked out with getting Stephen Fry.
Oh yeah.
Because that speech that he gave about that.
Yeah, man. Gilbert.
Let things die.
Gilbert is the GOAT. Gilbert is
Yes,
the GOAT.
he is.
I am glad that he didn't let Merv die though. Merv didn't deserve none of that.
No.
I wonder if
Merv
Goldie got
didn't
brought
wanna
back.
die.
Did Goldie get brought back? I hope they brought back Goldie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goldie didn't die.
Goldie just went off with. Oh yeah, that's right.
No, because Goldie died when Dream died. Well, when Morpheus died, because Goldie was a construct of Dream, wasn't it?
No, it didn't die.
Oh, okay.
It went up
Goldie
in the
just went
sand.
back to dreaming.
Oh, it just got
Oh.
pulled back to the Dream. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
cool.
it was with Kane
Oh. Oh yeah, when Kane asked
When he was petitioning to bring back.
when Kane asked Dream to bring back Abel, yeah.
Yeah, Goldie was there. So yeah.
You're right. I didn't think about that. Oh, okay. At least Goldie didn't die. That's good. Goldie's great.
But yeah.
And
Like
man,
I mentioned before.
you want to talk about like really good side characters though, real quick, man. Who would have thought that like the strongest and greatest friendship throughout this entire show would have been fucking Morpheus and Matthew? Patton Oswalt is a treasure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
Like that moment of no, I'm staying with you, and he's not my, he's not my dream thing. You could feel that, like he was grieving. He was grieving.
Well, also because Matthew was the one that died the most. Like like that thing where it's like, are you gonna die? Yeah. If I go with you, am I gonna die?
Probably.
Probably.
Well, let's go finish
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And I mean, the two of them literally went to hell and back together. So like, I get it. But man, like that
It
was.
started with those two, and it kind of ended with those two.
And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Like that bookend synergy. Like that's the type of stuff that Sandman like thrives off. Is there anything else we wanna cover?
I like
Another
the
side
way
character
they-
that really.
Sorry about that, Brian. But one thing I like to mention is that you can kind of tell the dynamics of the whole family just from how the parents interact with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Time and night.
And Father Time and Mother Night have such like divorced parent energy.
Yeah.
You can
And-
kind of tell where Green got his workaholic personality from.
Both of them, honestly. More so Time, but definitely both of them. Because both of them are very much absorbed in their work. Because they're like, even Mother Night was like, you know, you can be here with me, you know, when I'm not busy working.
Yeah.
Sounds like, you damn kids keep talking to me. I like Destiny because Destiny leaves me alone.
Destiny doesn't talk to me. Destiny knows that I don't want to be bothered. Fucking annoying ass kids.
Yep.
But I also like love the speech Dream gives to Father Time.
Yeah.
Just like the whole like, you know, a son can't help but love their father kind of thing. Like I learned that from my son. I did all this shit to him and he still somehow loved me. So yeah, I do love you, but I understand that you don't love me, and I've accepted that. I just want you to know that I'm at least thankful for you for giving me my existence at the very least.
Yep. But what I was going to say earlier is you were talking about like standout side characters. Nuala.
Oh yeah, Nula.
Oh,
Yeah, Lady Nula.
Nula.
Which,
Lady
by the way,
Nula.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Nula. Yeah, that's what I said, Nula. But by the way, fuck Queen Titania. Her accent is hot. I love her accent.
Oh yeah, and dude, when Titania gave her that sword, I was like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be a big sword fight.
Yeah, and then dang it, she's had a
Well, that just shows how badass of a character
well,
she
yeah,
is.
yeah. I mean, like I figured they didn't have a budget to have her and Lita have a big fight. Which, by the way, fun fact, I don't remember if I brought it up in the episode of the first season, but this has so much more significance if you know your comic lore, because Hippolyta Hall is not just any old person.
He's the daughter of
Earth 2,
Diane and
Earth 2
Trevor.
Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor. Yep, specifically Earth 2.
Wow.
Yeah, specifically Earth 2, which is Sandman mostly takes place on Earth 2.
No,
Okay.
It takes place
universe.
it takes place in the grander DC universe, but like a lot of the stuff they focus on is Earth 2, especially because of the whole thing.
It's the same thing with Power Girl.
Well, yes, I know it's the same thing. What I was going to say, they focus on a lot of the Earth 2 stuff, especially because of the fact that on Earth 2 you have characters like Wesley Dodd, who directly gets his powers from Dream, and you know.
Yeah, but they were
refers to
also
himself as
integrating
Zen.
the Prime Universe at that time. Jay.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, it was the 90s. That was when they transferred over a lot of the characters.
But one funny thing about Nala's actress is I feel kind of bad for her, because this is now the second time that a person being canceled has ruined a show that she has been in.
What was the first time?
She was in that show The Nevers.
Not ringing
Which-
any bells.
It was this badass. It was this HBO Max show where it was about this group of women, badass women during Victorian times that were like hunters of evil. But the show was created by none other than Mr. Joss Whedon.
Ooh, rough.
And it was another Dead Boy Detectives thing where all the promo material got rid of his name, and they released what they had,
And then just didn't get
renew it.
renewed. Yeah, dang. But the other thing I want to say about like Hippolyta Hall is like I love that they still kind of kept that in mind, because like you look at that actress and you're like, yo, you could play Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
That's it for Hippolyta Hall.
especially when she was in that badass Avatar outfit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not like unless you know the history of the character, you would not know how awesome that is. To see the daughter of Wonder Woman in action like that, fucking sick. And if you guys are curious, like, I know a lot of people know Earth 2 and they think of New 52 because that's one more recent year, but the original Earth 2 was just the golden age superheroes. Like, it just continued to age, and like time actually moved forward for them. So you had characters like Hippolyta Hall, who was the daughter of Wonder Woman, and Steve Trevor, who I believe got married to a descendant of Carter Hall. Like, her husband was a descendant of Carter Hall. Like,
It was, I think it was a son of
is
known
it,
as Hector Hall.
yeah, either son or grandson, one of those. Yeah, one of those.
And he had different identity.
Yep.
And he was a Sandman for a time.
Yep, he was the Sandman after Wesley Dodds. Yeah.
No, that was a different guy. That guy was named Samuel.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
No, he took,
interesting.
Hector Hall is the only legacy character that has had 3 separate identities in his lifetime.
Huh. Good for him. He was never a
And
Hawk
either
person.
way-
Was he never a Hawk person? Was he a Hawk person ever? No.
I'm not sure, but I know he was a Dr. Fate.
I know. Yeah, I remember that. I know he was a Dr. Fate for a time.
Which, by the way, in the show, her dead husband was named Hector.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
So he was Hector Hall.
Oh,
Yep.
Hector Hall.
But yeah. So the other thing, like that Earth 2 is also where we get like Dick Grayson Robin, who he never actually became Batman. He just stayed Robin on Earth 2 for some reason. He just continued to be Robin. And then Helena Wayne eventually became Huntress, which was cool. A lot of cool characters on that Earth 2. That's where Jay Garrick is originally from.
And then when the Prime Earth event happened, when the first crisis happened, and everything was streamlined to fit on one Earth, that's when Helena Wayne became Helena Bertinelli. And also, Hippolyta Hall just became, her parentage changed since she wasn't the daughter of Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor.
Yeah,
She was born to a woman who was the Golden Age Fury, which that was her name in Earth 2. That was her superhero code name in Earth 2.
Yep.
So that whole legacy changed.
Yeah,
and
because we couldn't have Wonder Woman have a kid.
no, they also poor Wesley.
Oh man, the Sandman legacy in general, outside of Dream, is really complicated and interesting. You should definitely look up material on that if you guys are interested.
Which also, by the way, one of the Sandman was actually in the Justice Gang mural.
Oh, nice.
In the
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I saw that in Sasa's short. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Wesley.
Yeah, that was Wesley Dodds. He was the one from the 40s.
And Gunn has gone on record to say that at least 2 of the people that were depicted in that mural will have a key role in the future.
All I care about is Ted Grant and Dinah Drakeland. That's all I care about.
Why is Mr. Grant in the 70s instead of the 40s?
That does feel weird. Why is he not in the 40s? That does feel weird. But yeah, anything else we want to cover? I mean, I guess going back to talking about Hippolyta Hall, I really like what they did, how they resolved everything. How Daniel got that closure with his mom, even though he's not really Daniel anymore.
Which, again, goes down to the excellent casting of Jacob Anderson.
Yep.
Because just like that facial acting of him going from just being absolutely pissed at her on instinct to realizing what was going on.
And also, it's also a nice reflection of Dream's maturity. And also, this Dream's humanity as well, because he realizes, shit, I didn't ask for this, you didn't ask for this isn't your fault. We're just kind of pawns in the greater cosmic scheme of things. I shouldn't be mad at you.
Which also, I was thinking about this when I watched it. The Inlets kind of seem like Time Lords.
I mean, they are. They do have regenerations in a way.
Well, I just meant with the fact of wherever the old one is at the point of their death influences the next one.
Oh yeah. Now, granted, we've only seen new incarnations of the Endless in the cases of Dream and Despair. None of the other ones have technically reincarnated. I mean, death does every year, but it's still the same instance of death. It's not like a brand new death every time.
At least with the case of Dream, Time Lord rules.
And I think it more so has to do with the significant change to Dream fundamentally. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think
because Dream himself also develops humanity before his death.
And I think that can be said for each iteration of the Endless. Because Despair mentioned that she was different compared to the first Despair. And it makes me think, what kind of event would have caused the first Despair to change so fundamentally?
And I mean, and also, you know, Destruction didn't talk about it, but the comic talks about why Destruction left. If you guys are curious, Destruction leaves. I mean, he hints at it briefly, but like they go into more detail. Destruction leaves when the atomic bomb is created. And he's like, nope. I'm washing my hands of this. They can clearly make their own destruction, so they don't need me anymore. If I leave, it's not my fault.
And my realm can still function.
It's clearly they can make it on their own.
Yeah.
So that would put the death of the first Despair around a major cataclysm.
Yeah, I would say it's some. I would say it'd have to be something like a pretty cataclysmic event. Yeah.
Which we briefly mentioned it when we were talking Delirium, but all of the Endless were great this season. Desire.
They never talk about it in the comic either. I want to know what made her go from. I guess no, she's not. Yeah, no, it was just Destruction's leaving. But like,
no, it wasn't.
Wasn't it just Destruction's leaving that made her go from Delight to Delirium?
She specifically tells Destiny that, do you know why I changed? Not everything is in your book.
Okay, so she doesn't actually say what caused her to turn from Delight into Delirium.
No, by the way,
I remember.
That same actress was Hannah in the TV show Hannah.
Oh, the one where the girl was trained to be like a super badass experiment. We watched a first couple episodes. It was an Amazon show, right?
Yep. Also, the voice of Cassandra DeRollo, Percy's sister.
Oh.
In Vox.
Oh.
That makes sense.
No, I can hear it when you now that you mentioned it. I was like,
but also Desire. Desire, granted, I think because of the shortened stuff, had a smaller role.
Well, they played a big role in the first season.
Yeah. I was just say they had a much bigger role in the first season.
But still, Mason Alexander.
They own it anytime they show up on screen, regardless. So it doesn't. They have
massive aura.
It doesn't really matter.
Which also, funnily enough, that is the second Endless that was also on Vox.
Oh, they were also on Vox? Oh.
Yeah, they were the Minotaur bartender in the first episode.
Oh, cool. But yeah, one of the best scenes with Desire, though, I'd have to say, is when when Ishtar's strip club gets destroyed, and they go off because the strip club is it's a palace of Desire. It's a modern day temple to Desire. So of course Desire's pissed, and I mean I would be pissed too. R.I.P. Ishtar.
Yeah, I'm
more of an Ereshkigal guy, but R.I.P. Ishtar.
Yeah. But also their speech at Dream's funeral.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. That's such a fucking sibling speech. Cause there's hate there, but there's so much love in between the lines.
Yeah.
The line of I'm gonna miss infuriating them, and you could tell how happy Desire was when New Dream comes in and just we're gonna have so much fun. And you could see how much the family themselves have changed when they get to meet New Dream. Because they actually all want to connect with each other more.
Yeah.
Which it's a really good sign for the DC universe as a whole. If the Endless can actually get along.
And the New 52 didn't make things that much easier.
Yeah, true.
Fucking Dr. Manhattan's ass.
Hey man, it's all fixed now. We don't gotta worry about it.
Were the Endless in the New 52?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, well, no, but the only time we've seen the Endless is relatively recently when Daniel Hall's dream shows up in Dark Knight's Metal, which is post New 52. That's in more of the Rebirth era.
Yep.
But yeah, we don't really see any of the Endless because most of the Vertigo stuff was kept within Vertigo when the New 52 happened, except for Constantine, which had a New 52 series, the whole thing, which actually isn't a bad New 52 series. He was also in Justice League Dark. Seeing this, as much I really did like Jenna Coleman. I think Jenna Coleman's great. I wouldn't change it, but at the same time, there was still a part of me that was I kind of would have like to see Matt Ryan or somebody do this.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be Matt Ryan. You could have got a new guy. But I kind of would have liked to see John.
In the same vein, I could totally also watch a spinoff of Joanna and Corinthian solving crimes.
100%. Yes. Yes.
But given the source material's creator, we probably will not.
Yeah, we'll probably never see it.
But can this team like do something else
With mythology, yeah.
Well, just with anything, because I said mythology earlier when we were talking, like something like if they wanted to turn the TTRPG Scion into a TV show, I think they could handle it. But also, I think given how the visuals and the storytelling is, they could also take on other epic stories like
Shit, get this. Honestly, you like give them a bigger scale. They could do Justice League Dark.
Yeah, but also even going outside of the mysticism and everything, could you imagine if this team tackled a Saga TV show?
Oh, that would be awesome. Like, give them more of the sci-fi spin. I'd love that. But you know, if we want to keep them in the realm of DC, you know what I would watch as a TV show done by this team, given all their like love and care to the mystic side of the DC universe, which is my favorite aspect of the DC universe. I would love to watch a TV show following around everybody's favorite smart talking sassy ghost man, Boston Brand. Hell yeah.
Dead Man?
Yeah, Boston Brand, baby. Like I would love to see that, and then we could get to dive into Hindu mythology, which is wild. Because if you guys don't know, even though Boston Brand is not of Indian descent, his patron goddess is a Hindu goddess.
Yep.
No, he works for Shiva.
I thought he works for Ramakrishna. No, he works for Ramakrishna.
For some reason, I was thinking
No, he
Shiva.
he works for Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is his patron.
I mean, he was a circus performer, so I guess that makes sense in the grand scheme of things. But
Yeah, no,
he's good. The whole DC like mystic world.
That it's my favorite part. It's like I said before in previous conversations. Marvel has my favorite space stuff. Marvel Cosmic is my favorite space aspect of comics. DC's mystic stuff is my favorite side of magic. I never connected to like Doctor Strange and shit. As cool as Stephen is, and as cool as stuff like Ghost Rider is on paper, it never really hit for me. But DC with like Swamp Thing, Animal Man, fucking even iVampire. I loved iVampire. That was one of the good things in New 52 was iVampire. I actually really liked both iVampire and iZombie.
hell, you know what I would like to see that this team can work on? If they want to go from the more mystical Sandman, I would love to see what they can do with Wesley Dodds.
Oh, dude, a Sandman in the 40s?
Oh yeah.
I would dude, if they gave them a JSA TV show,
They can cook with this.
oh, that would be.
Which you know who else was on that mural? Giovanni.
Oh yeah, Giovanni Zatara. I did see that. Oh man. But yeah. Okay. So enough of this. Enough of this dream team speculation stuff for the Sandman creative. Which, by the way, hats off to you, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, whatever you choose to identify as. But
Yeah.
Yeah, man, good stuff. Final thoughts and ratings. I'll start. It's such a good ending. And honestly, I don't have any complaints for real that are major. It held together really well. This feels weird that I'm giving out so many of these back to back to back. But fuck it, I'm gonna follow my heart here. 10. I love the source material, and I think honestly this did such a good job of streamlining it, making things make more sense, putting it together well enough, approaching the narrative with caution, especially within the climate they were put in and in the position they were put in, and to actually create like a very interesting meta narrative to actually help the fans themselves kind of untangle and unpack their own trauma connected to this whole situation. I mean, they cooked. I can't fault them for it. I really can't find anything to say that it is like bad. This was a perfect way to end it, to be honest. I couldn't think of a better way to end this show, and it feels final. Like there doesn't feel like there are loose ends, like, which is not something you can say very often for a TV show. So yeah,
Like, we didn't mention this before. Kudos to the team for pivoting.
yeah.
because they only found out like a few weeks being done with everything, and they had to completely redo.
So especially when you put like think of the conditions they were put under, and they were able to do this. I'm definitely doubling down on it. 10. All right.
Which the thing is I actually Googled it. And I was like, this showrunner, where is he known? What is he known for? Dude's known for mostly procedural. The show that he's worked on the most, Grey's Anatomy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He was able to finish a show compared to a show that doesn't know how to finish.
Let people know they can surprise you.
That's wild. All right, Tony, what about you?
Well, given the way that we got to this point, it is shaky ground. And much like you said, Jay, with a lot of the mixed feelings from what the creator has done, of course, it is difficult to parse those feelings, and I think this show and the story itself gives us opportunities to kind of work through our own issues and how nebulous they can be at times.
Mm-hmm.
But with the time that they were given and the way they handled it, I think I may have to give this a 10 too. Although, one thing I have to mention is that when we see Merv again during the funeral, his head animations looked kind of borked.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
But it didn't like take away from the entirety of the performance, so I wasn't like
Well, I could
mad
also-
about it.
Yeah, I mean it's Mark Hamill, so like
Yeah,
Also,
I
in my head, it's like,
it was wonky because this was Dream's first time rebuilding somebody.
yeah.
Making him, yeah. And I kind of put that in my noggin, like compartmentalized it in my head that it would have been the case, but it's still kind of funny that.
No, yeah, no,
he came out.
I also noticed it too, but my head canon kind of just wrote that away, like, oh yeah, that was his first time. He'll probably probably readjust it later.
Yeah, but I have to say, the way the story was structured, the way it seemed and flowed, it worked out great. So that's it for me.
All right,
It's a 10.
Brian.
All the characters were great. One that we didn't mention, which I can't believe we forgot to mention her, Lucian.
Oh yeah, Lucienne was fantastic. Her speech with a Dream funeral was a
And
tearjerker.
the fact that they paired hers right after Delirium,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't cry, but I was close.
Oh, I was definitely close. I did not cry, but that one got me close. That one got me close. Delirium's almost did too, honestly, because like it was so genuine.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm not scared of him anymore. In fact, I'm a little sad about him actually. I'm just like, oh no, Del. No, don't. Oh.
But
And Barnabas just chilling there, just right next to everybody.
And
MVP.
I feel like if he had thumbs, he'd give her thumbs up.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Because you talk about emotional support animals,
Right? No, Barnabas was the goat. Barnabas was the goat.
which I'm pretty sure that was Steve Coogan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And if y'all listen to the pod, because I believe that episode went, didn't it?
No, it did. It did. Cause that was one of the first. That was one of the first ones that like. I remember because it was the scores were 10, 10, 9.5.
Yeah, so if you listen to it, I was a harsh critic of the first season because I didn't have as much connection to the source material. But
now
I've had a season this.
Yeah, I was saying now you've had a season to build connections.
Yeah, so honestly, I think this is one of the better series finales ever.
I'd put it on. Look, this might be a hot take. This might be a bold take, but walk with me here, gentlemen. I know I shouldn't be the one saying that, but walk with me here. I think this is on the same level of series finale as a Superman and Lois. I know it didn't have as many seasons, but I feel like it has the same amount of impact.
I can see that, and definitely better than some of the other series finales that we've talked about. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, fucking The Flash,
How I Met Your Mother.
Once Upon a Time.
I never watched Once Upon a Time series finale.
I did.
That bad?
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Okay, because we could talk for hours about Once Upon a Time, but anyway,
We don't
like
wanna
you said,
put Tony
Jay,
to sleep.
I hate to do this because
Yeah, it feels weird, right? Because it's like now I feel kind of like a whore that I'm just giving it out left and right, like.
3 in a row.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel kind of like I feel I don't want to do it because I feel like it's like, am I being too easy? Am I? But I'm like, no, this is what my heart is saying. No, this feels right. This is correct. Don't doubt yourself.
So yeah, in that vein, it's unanimous.
Oh fuck, we have like we have fucking 2 unanimous 10s in a row.
Let me double check.
Or was Superman
something.
also a triple 10? I don't know. Well, I mean, Trash didn't give it a 10, but like between the 3 of us, was Superman a triple 10?
I'm trying to check now.
Oh, and
Damn it.
and also, audience, if you're curious, so I can stall for Brian while he's looking for the spreadsheet. If you guys are curious, I did speak to Trash in between podcast episodes, and if you want to know what he thought about Fantastic Four, he really enjoyed it, and he gave it an 8.5.
Nice.
Which, again, if you know Trash and how critical he is, that's a very, very high score.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. It's 3 weeks of us unanimously giving 10s.
That's crazy. That's how cracked the summer was, man. Holy shit.
4 weeks of us giving unanimous votes.
Oh, wow. A whole month of...
Because
July was a unanimous month.
Jurassic World Rebirth, we all gave 9s.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh my god, things have just been borked lately, because before that was Pokemon, which
Yeah,
you both gave it a 10, and I gave it a 9.
Yep.
And then before that was Predator, that we all gave 9s, and then Doctor Who, which we all gave 9.5s.
Listen, this year has just been really good for TV and movie content.
And your boys have just been in sync.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and like it feels weird that we're giving out so many 10s this year, but this year has been kind of cracked.
It's I don't want to get into too much detail, but it's almost like the universe was like, the world is shitty, so let's make entertainment good.
Right? Pretty much. That's what it feels like. And you know what? Thank you, universe. I'm the more glad for it.
Yeah, let's hope whatever is next
So
stays on.
we're gonna put that on TBD because I do want to talk to the guys after we finish to kind of settle on it. So you'll just find out what it is next week when we settle on the choice. So we don't have an elaborate setup pass on bit like we usually do, but you'll find out, and hopefully it'll be good. It probably won't be another 10. The chances of 4 10s in a row is kind of astronomical, but hopefully it'll at least be good. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Channel Chasers podcast. And until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Peace and sweet dreams.